Hello and welcome to Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York for this afternoon's Union College football game where the Dutchmen will take on the Pioneers from Utica College. In the broadcast booth here in Schenectady, I am Andrew Santillo alongside Connor Collette, and we are very happy to bring you this game which pits 3-0 Union against 3-0 Utica. This is the second year in a row that these teams have met when both teams were 3-0. Last year, obviously, was out at Utica. So this should be a good game. Another terrific weather day, and the crowd has started to file in here at Frank Bailey Field. And the Dutchmen are 3-0, Connor, and ranked in the top 25 now after last weekend's 21-6 win against Springfield. And we've been talking about the offense all year, and obviously with good reason, 46 points per game. But the defense last week held Springfield out of the end zone, and Springfield runs that double wing, triple option style offense, and to keep them out of the end zone for an entire 60 minutes is something Union head coach Jeff Behrman was happy about.
Yeah, it was really impressive. I mean, you can tell that you have a great defense by not giving up many points, but being able to stop them when they get in close inside the 30-yard line in the red zone is really impressive to stop them when they're that close.
So, again, the teams are getting ready to come out onto the field just about 10 minutes until kickoff here in Schenectady, New York. We'll have an interview with Union head coach Jeff Behrman coming up before the kickoff. But, again, these two teams, 3-0 against 3-0. And it also is an interesting matchup because you've got Union out of the Liberty League and Utica out of the Empire 8. And those two conferences really, it's a good to kind of pit those two conferences together because you kind of get a look at how these teams maybe will stack up once they get into league play. And for Union, that'll be next week back here against Buffalo State when they open Liberty League play. But the two leagues are, I would say, maybe give the slight edge to the Liberty League, but with Cortland joining the Empire 8. And again, these teams and programs have bounced around. I mean, Ithaca was in the Empire 8 not that long ago. So you've got similar-like institutions, if you will, in terms of athletic profiles and football teams. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams match up. Again, Utica has not played any Empire 8 opponents yet this season, as they've had 3 non-conference games. But it'll be interesting to kind of see how 3-0 in the Empire 8 matches up against 3-0 in the Liberty League.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Utica's had some really close games. They've been fighting through them, and then they've got out the wins, which is in the end is all that really matters. I mean, Union hasn't had too many close games, but today will be their first true test. We'll see.
Well, Coach Blaise Fagiano, who is in his 15th year at Utica University, as now they've recently changed the school's name. Used to be Utica College. Utica University said it's going to be a great challenge this week. He knows that he's coming in against the Union team that has got a lot, obviously ranked in the top 25 and has started to turn some heads, with a 3-0 start. His team also with a 3-0 start. But he said, this will be a great challenge for us this week coming on the road. And he even said, Empire 8 versus Liberty League, that's a game that people are going to be looking at to kind of see how these two conferences match up in terms of teams that are currently undefeated. So you would say kind of two of the teams that people are expecting things out of this season, and we'll see kind of how things shake out this afternoon. It's going to be a good matchup, I think. The 7th all-time meeting between these two programs. Utica leads the all-time series 4-2, but Union has won the 2 most recent meetings, including last year, a 30-9 victory out in Utica. And then 3 years ago, I should say, because no season in 2020, Union won here back in Schenectady 13-7, and that was a game that Union in that game went to 9-0 in that game. So Utica won the first 4 matchups back in the mid-2010s, 2011, 12, 13, and 14. They were all close games, but Utica, again, this is kind of a newer program in the terms of being at the Division III level. They always had a club team, Utica did, but they didn't establish the Division III team until back in the early 2000s. In fact, their first season was 2001. They started the program in 1999 and kind of got things going a couple of years later. So Coach Fagiano is only the second coach in school history following Mike Kemp, who started the program, as we said, in 1999. So young program, but again, Utica is looking to do some things. They're 3-0. We're in the postseason last year, finished 6-5. So this is a team that is expecting to compete in the Empire 8, which is headlined by Cortland, who I think is ranked in the top 15 in the rankings currently. So this should be a good game. Again, Utica's offense averaging just under 30 points per game, but they're averaging 400, just under 400 yards a game, and you got Union's offense, Connor, 460 yards a game. So something's got to give here this afternoon. Because both teams are averaging about 400.
Yeah.
Union on the other side of the 400, Utica on the lower side of the 400. But I don't think both teams are going to come out of here this afternoon with 400 yards. So we're going to have to see really whose defense kind of stiffens up this afternoon in this matchup of 3-0 versus 3-0.
Yeah, and Utica's got a lot of motivation. I mean, with Union being recently ranked, if you want to make those headlines, which is really what you want to do when you're on a football team, you got to beat a ranked team. And they beat Union here. A lot of talk about them. A lot of talk about them in their league against Cortland. A lot of talk about them just in the NCAA playoffs. So it's a big game. A lot of motivation for them.
And there's a lot. These two schools are not separated by all that far. Utica, obviously coming from Utica, New York, which is probably only about an hour and a half west of where we are in Schenectady, New York. And these two teams, especially Utica, they've got a lot of Capital District, Capital Region ties, including their head coach, Blaise Fagiano, who is an Ithaca College grad, but he came back, was a grad assistant in UAlbany. That's where he met his wife. They've got a lot of Capital District players on the field here. He's got a lot of connections to Section 2 high school coaches in this area. So there's going to be a lot of Utica fans here in the stands, too. It's so close that Utica bussed out this morning. Not a very long bus ride, probably certainly less than 100 miles, probably more like 90 or so. So, we'll see how both of these teams come out. Again, it was cool, very cool this morning. If you're joining us from out of the area, it was down, I would say, in the 40s this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling on my way to practice this morning. It was cold.
But the forecast this afternoon is for it to get close to 70. So, again, it'll be important for the players to stay hydrated out there. In the sunlight, it's pretty warm, actually, and down on the field, it's probably going to be even a little bit warmer. So, again, a couple of clouds in the sky, but, perfect, fall weekend for football here at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York.
Yeah, the sun's making the big difference right now. It's really strong today, and I'm sure it'll actually be pretty hot on the turf, despite it being like 62 degrees right now.
As you can see, Union has come out on the near sideline in their home garnet tops with white numbers, white pants, obviously the white helmet with the U on both sides. And Utica is making not quite sure, actually I think you can see it based on our camera, making the walk out to the visitor sideline here at Frank Bailey Field. They are wearing their road white jerseys, orange pants, orange numbers, orange helmets. The Utica Pioneers, their mascot is the moose. I think that's what they've got on the helmet. On the far sideline as they make their way out. Captain's getting ready to go out to the center of the field for the coin toss. 3-0 versus 3-0, and both of these offenses have been rolling, Connor. You get out there, you win the toss. I think Coach Behrman will defer, but I think both offenses would love to get rolling here early.
Yeah, as Union, I think you always defer with how good your defense has been doing. When you get a big stop, it really hypes up your sideline. As Utica, you could kind of go either way. When you're the underdog sometimes, you really need to get your guys going. I do like taking the ball. You can take the ball. If you go down and score, now suddenly those guys in the Union skyline are a little scared of you.
Last time we saw the Dutchman here, Connor, 76 points. I don't think we expect anywhere near that many this afternoon, although the Union offense is averaging 46 points per game and 460 yards per game, 263 of those coming on the ground. So Union has been offensively really just a juggernaut here early, 42 in the opening week against Allegheny. Obviously, we referenced the 76 against Worcester State, in the home opener, and then 21 last week, although it was a close game out at Springfield, and you expect that with that matchup and that rivalry. It was 14-6 late. IK Iribor broke a big run. He's out there as one of the Union captains. He broke a big run, went over 100 yards, the 15th time, Connor, in his career he's gone for over 100 yards in a game, was named the Liberty League Offensive Player of the Week. So, you know, Union's got, and I talked to Coach Behrman, and you'll hear him here in just a minute or two, about the rotating the running backs. They're using 4 running backs, and all of them have been effective so far this year.
Yeah, very effective. And I think the really impressive thing about the Union offense is their ability to score really quickly. I mean, at last week at Springfield, 2 of their drives for touchdowns were only 4 plays. So they can never really be too far down because they can score so quickly, and they're so dangerous with that big playability.
So Union won the toss, and they deferred when we're going to have the national anthem here. But you will hear Union head coach Jeff Behrman as we joined him earlier, and he was nice enough to join us in the pregame, and you will hear his thoughts before this game between Utica and Union coming up in just a minute. We are joined, as always, in the pregame by Union head coach Jeff Behrman before the Dutchmen take on the Utica Pioneers. And, Coach, a tough 21-6 victory last week at Springfield. Obviously, the offense gets 3 touchdowns, but how about the defense, the physicality, a big interception from Nathan Sullivan in the end zone? What do you think about your defense keeping them off the scoreboard and a vaunted rushing attack? How do you think they played last weweek?
They played incredible. I mean, it was honestly the difference in the game. I mean, they had 2 major red zone stops in the second half, you alluded to the interception there by Sullivan, and then I think a turnover on downs later on, which really was the difference. I mean, they're keeping the ball in front of them. That's what we got to do today as well.
Your offense is averaging 263 yards rushing per game. You're rotating in 4 running backs, but IK obviously got the late touchdown last week, his 15th career 100-yard game. What would you say about the 4 running backs that you have and the offensive line and how they've been doing through the first 3 games?
Well, we believe in all of them, and we trust in all of them, so that's why we feel it's important to play them all in terms of the running backs, and it allows those guys to stay fresh throughout the entire course of the game. So that's something that we philosophically believe in. And then certainly the O-line and tight ends are playing very well up front, and we're going to need them to play really strong in the run game today as well.
This afternoon's opponent, Utica's 3-0. Obviously they're undefeated. They come in with a quarterback who is a UAlbany transfer, 6'4" kid, Braden Zelenovic. What problems does he present, and maybe does their offense present for your defense this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big, strong arm, and they're a vertical passing team. They are going to throw the ball down the field. And they're not just one-dimensional. They're going to be a 50-50 run-to-pass team. So, they do a really good job of keeping you off balance. You really got to stay key to your fundamentals, key to your keys, and make sure you're staying on top of what they're doing.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck for the second straight year. 3-0 Union hosting 3-0 Utica. Coming up next. And that was Union head coach Jeff Behrman, and we are happy that he's able to join us before the game, every game, as we get his thoughts before the opening kickoff here. Union and Utica, and a nice crowd settling in as, again, Union won the toss. They deferred. Utica will receive. They'll be moving left to right as we get ready to go. And Andrew Lau teeing up the ball as we get ready to go. Again, 3-0 Union and 3-0 Utica. Both of these teams undefeated. Union ranked in the top 25, number 24 in the one poll with the coaches, 25 the D3Football.com poll. But this will be a big test for the Dutchmen as the Pioneers come in 3-0 as well. Lau puts his right foot into it, and it is brought in at the 5-yard line, and starting up for the Pioneers, flag flies as that's Jamel Smith. Smith gets out about to the 27 or so, but there's a flag down on the play.
Union there put the ball in the hash. Looks like they were kicking, trying to get away from one of the Utica players. Looks like they were trying to not hit it to Matt Brantley, one of the kick returners.
And Brantley is one of the running backs, a receiver last year who's now the team's leading running back this year. The penalty is on the Pioneers, so they'll be backed up here to start this drive, I think, although they haven't moved back yet. Well, here they go. They're going to mark it off. So Utica comes out. They are 3-0, coached by Blaise Fagiano, an Ithaca College grad in his 15th season with Utica University. Was named the coach back in 2007. Offense averaging 29 points per game and 379 yards, most of that through the air, with Braden Zenilovic. First pass complete. Zenilovic completes it to number 13, Joey Nair, and Nair, a Canajoharie native, takes it out to the 25. Got close to a first down. Big pickup on first down for Utica.
Yeah, Utica stacks those 3 guys close to the sideline, kind of confuses the Union guys a little bit. Someone loses their guy, and he's wide open 5 yards down the field.
Zenilovic in the shotgun. Throws it to the far side. It's caught, and now it is fumbled. Nope, now incomplete, as they were looking for senior Travis Decker. And it looked like Decker had it and then dropped it. So to bring up third down. Quickly, we'll give you the starters up front for Utica. Ryan Walker, the left tackle. Luke McMahon is the left guard. Cameron Lizardi, the center. Ben Helfeld is the right guard. And Mike Kreider is the right tackle for Utica. As we said, 6'4" Braden Zenilovic, a UAlbany transfer, the quarterback for the Pioneers. Options is running back out of the backfield, or I should say motions. Now he's going to tuck it. He's starting. Now he's going to toss it, and it is complete. Caught on the far sideline by Doug Elsesser for a first down.
Yeah, Union linebacker St. Pierre there saw the scrambling. When you got a quarterback that's mobile, it's really hard to decide when to get out of your coverage zone and go tackle him because he's so dangerous, can get so many yards on his feet. There, he just kind of gets stuck in the middle. Ball goes right over his head. It's a good gain.
So ball is out at the 43-yard line. First down for the Pioneers. A little option as that wasn't Zenilovic. That was Brantley taking the pitch from, I think that was Sonny Badnia. And Coach Fagiano said we're going to see both quarterbacks out there. Sonny Badanita. Easy enough for me to say, right?
Yeah. Perfect play there by the Union defense. One guy gets the quarterback, one guy gets the running back. He pitches it there, but it doesn't matter. You had 2 guys to take care of 2 guys. It's perfect.
Badina is a senior as well. Here's Zenilovic back in. Passing play. Now he's flushed out. Completes it to Nate Palmer for a first down. And Palmer is onto the Union side of the field as he broke away from a tackle and got to the Union 44. Connor, he's the guy that Union's got to keep an eye on, number 22. 101 career catches coming in for more than 1,700 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he has all 6 receiving touchdowns for Utica this season. Number 22, Nate Palmer.
Yeah, really good play there. Was able to get open even during the scramble.
He's a slot guy, 5'7", 160 pounds, out of Verona, New York. Here is a running play to the left, and carrying it for about 4 yards is sophomore James Salas.
Utica with a great job sealing that left edge, really kind of nullifying the Union D-line here, who's been dominating in the previous games that we've seen.
Union has not given up a touchdown in 7 quarters, dating back to the first quarter against Worcester State. Kept Springfield out of the end zone last weekend and held Worcester State out of the end zone for the last 3 quarters of the home opener. Pass is complete. is that's Elsesser again, and he gets close to the 35. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, small gain there, just kind of a dump over the line.
We'll give you the Union defense here as it's Ethan Vanderbrink, Dionis Polanco, and Jack Flanagan on the line. Starting linebackers are Spencer Goldstein, Austin St. Pierre, Tommy Cavallo, and Cole Da Silva. Da Silva had 15 tackles last weekend against Springfield. In the secondary, Christian Mays, Nathan Sullivan, Davon Clements, and Azari Lewis are the starters, the listed starters. They throw it back, and this play was not working from the get-go as Union had it snuffed out, as that was Badina, Sonny Badina, back in there for Utica at quarterback. The backwards pass, very risky play, and it's going to bring up 4th and long, Connor.
Yeah, Ethan Vanderbrink for Union read that perfectly, never moved away from the quarterback, saw it. Surprised he didn't get an interception there, to be honest, but he gets the tackle, loss, forces the punt.
Punter is junior Nick Geiswiz. And actually, I don't think that is Geiswiz out there. Punt is hauled in at the 10-yard line. That was actually Raybacks who called for the fair catch. I think they had it's hard to tell with the Utica numbers, the orange, and they're kind of just lightly outlined. I couldn't tell if that was 0 or 8, but Geiswiz was listed as 52 on their roster. And it was not 52 who punted the football. But either way, it's going to be Union 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. So the Union defense, they give up a couple of first downs, Connor, but they're able to get off the field and put the Union offense on for its first time this afternoon.
Yeah, not great field position for Union, but it's great to see that defense coming alive after leaving a few first downs on the table.
Union has 3 receivers to the far side. They're going to run it that way with IK Irabor, and Irabor with a big gain out close to the 25-yard line. We talked about Irabor, 15th career rushing game of over 100 yards a week ago at Springfield, and he's already in the record books, over 3,000 career rushing yards, closing in on number 4, Chris Irving, and he's got 41 career rushing touchdowns, and his touchdown last week at Springfield put the game away for the Dutchman. First down, Union. They fake the handoff this time. They complete it to Robbie Tolbert. Tolbert's got a lot of room to run. 35-40, 45 midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds by a couple of Utica Pioneers defenders, but not before a huge gain all the way to the Utica side of the field.
Yeah, nice crack block there by the left tackle. He came out, saw the guy, gets that linebacker, hits him from the side. I'll tell you, that one hurts, and then Tolbert just takes it the rest of the way.
30-yard reception for Robbie Tolbert all the way to the Utica 46, and here's Irabor. Irabor running right, and he's close to another first down. So if there's one thing to look out, this Utica defense, while they've only allowed 21 points per game, they're averaging 435 yards for their opponents per game. So a classic case of bend but don't break, as they're only allowing 21 points per game, but 250 yards, 248 yards rushing per game, which fits right into Union's wheelhouse.
Yeah, you don't love to see letting up that many yards, but the game's won in the red zone.
Here's another handoff. It's Irabor with a stiff arm. He's getting to the left sideline, another stiff arm. And he finally is pushed out of bounds by Anthony McDonald. He's got a first down. He's inside the 30. But IK Irabor here, a steady dose of IK Irabor on this first drive as Union's trying to really establish the run early.
I love to give the O-line credit for making good holes, but Irabor he turns what should be a 5-yard play into a 10-yard play. That should have been a loss, turns it into a good 5 yards. It's really impressive.
Irabor, the senior, a fifth-year guy from Braintree, Massachusetts. Paquette's going to throw it. He's looking into the end zone, and he's got it for a touchdown. That is Andre Ross Jr. for the touchdown. So Paquette's first real deep throw is good for a touchdown to Andre Ross Jr.
Yeah, one-on-one versus Andre Ross. Don't love to see one-on-one versus him if I'm the cornerback.
And for Andre Ross Jr., that is his 37th career receiving touchdown, tops in Union College history. The extra point is up, and it is good from Andrew Lau. So with 8:22 to go here in the first quarter, it is Union 7, Utica nothing, and a good drive for Union on its opening drive. Its offense goes all the way down the field, Connor. They were backed up, as you said, and they drove it all the way down the field. They started at the 11-yard line, 89-yard drive, and it came in bunches.
Yeah, Utica just was not able to stop the run there. Over 5 yards almost on every run play, and then that opens up that long pass. Just gets them the touchdown.
And Union's offensive line, which we talked to Coach Behrman earlier, of Driscoll, Matt McCorkle, the center position, which has been Charlie Ryan, was the starting center, but he's been a little bit banged up. So freshman Nick Olivola has been playing. Kevin Dewing and Stan Koss, those combination of guys has really done a terrific job. And throw the tight ends in there as well. Garrett Cafaro and Kyle Webster, who have been out there giving Piketty time to throw and also giving room for the running backs. As Andrew Lau's kick is hauled in at the 15 and stopped at the 20. Flag flies and actually helped Jamel Smith. He's still shaking defenders, still on his feet. They cannot bring him down. He gets out over the 40-yard line, and I believe there's going to be a penalty here as well, which actually helped Smith because it turned him in the other direction and started him going. So Utica's going to have tremendous field position here on their second drive.
They've kicked it to Jamel Smith twice after that return. I don't know if they will again, but just a great job by him to be able to break all those tackles.
The senior from Spring Valley, New York, with a long return. A penalty on the Dutchman, so that's going to move the ball into Union territory here to start the second drive for the Pioneers.
It's really good field position for Utica, but this is where Union defense has played really well last week, just stopping against those to let up 2 field goals instead of 2 touchdowns. And even on the last drive, they stopped him right here, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, if you joined us late, Utica drove the opening kick all the way down into Union territory. I shouldn't say all the way, to about this point, and then they got turned around. First play is a run to the left as it's Salas. And he gets close to a first down on first down. Salas, the sophomore from Long Island. West Babylon.
West Babylon. Know what that is? It's right by me.
He was the team's leading rusher last year, 462 yards on the ground for Salas, who's kind of splitting time this season in the backfield with Matt Brantley, number 3. This time they fake the handoff. They complete the pass. It's going to be a first down. And getting inside the 30 is Travis Decker. Decker had a drop on the first drive, but he catches this one and gets a first down to the Union 27.
Yeah, Union D-line was reading those fake plays great there. Little bubble screen. It went after the quarterback, wasn't able to get outside to see the screen.
Midway through this first quarter, Union leading 7-0 on a touchdown pass from Donovan Piketty to Andre Ross Jr. Has the Dutchman in front 7-0. Zenilovic in the shotgun. He's going to give it to Salas running left. Salas gets hit hard. I think that was Vanderbrink, number 95. So Salas gets about 3 yards, and it'll be second and long here for the Pioneers.
Good job by the Union D-line there. Utica has been doing a great job at blocking them, but there they get through. Utica's also using a tight end most of the time, getting an extra man on the line.
Give credit to all the Union coaches, but obviously Union defensive coordinator Rick Flanders in his 7th season, along with head coach Jeff Behrman. Union's defense just allowing 13 points per game. Free runner coming, and the pass was a little too hot to handle for Salas, as Zenilovic had a guy coming right in his face here, as it was 53 Tommy Cavallo, a co-captain for this Union team, was running right at him, and Zenilovic had to get rid of it.
Yeah, not a great pass by Zenilovic, but a great play. Have to get rid of that ball. Would not have been fun for him if he didn't.
So 3rd and long here, Zenilovic in the shotgun. Short pass is complete. And they've got a first down as it was 3rd and long, and they're going to pick up the first down as that was, I think, Nair, 13. Actually, it was 16. Izzy Maldonado, the 4th, who makes the catch, comes off the field, but he's got a first down inside the 15 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, another bubble screen. The Utica O-line leaves the D-line unblocked, goes upfield, gets the linebackers, and that's what lets him get so many yards.
So inside the 15, here's Zenilovic. This looks like a designed run, and he takes a big hit. As coming through was Tommy Cavallo, the senior from Hopewell Junction, a co-captain, already has an interception return for a touchdown this season.
Yeah, not super decisive on that run for Zenilovic. Kind of spent a little too much time dancing, and Union rallies quick to that ball, so you got to move fast.
To see if the Union defense can stand up here. The guy to watch for Utica has been Nate Palmer in these situations. He has all 6 receiving touchdowns this year for the Pioneers. Number 22 in the slot on the near side. This is Sonny Badna, and his pass is complete. It's Matt Brantley out of the backfield inside the 10. A Union player lost their helmet. I think that was Austin St. Pierre, a co-captain. So he's got to come off the field, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 here, or 3rd down and 6 or so. It's spotted at the 9-yard line. I would say 5. They got to get inside the 5 to the 4. Big play here for both teams. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Utica's got to respond.
Zenilovic had 2 receivers each side. He's scrambling, throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Palmer, and it was off of his hands, incomplete. And so Utica will bring out its field goal unit, and that means Corey Lichtman. And Corey Lichtman has had a nice season so far. He was honored by the D3 Football Team of the Week. He hit a 50-yard field goal last week in their victory. Hasn't missed a kick so far this season, 10 out of 10 on extra points. Left-footed kicker. And Lichtman pushed this one left. So he hadn't missed a kick all season. 10 out of 10 on extra points, 3 out of 3 on field goals. And he just kind of pushed that one from the right hash left. And you mentioned that left-footed kicker. You don't often see that, but he just kind of didn't curl it back.
Yeah, a little tough as a left-footed kicker being on the right hash, but you really still expect him to make that kick.
So with 4:35 to go in the opening quarter, it's 7-0 Union. Union fans visit Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch and dinner before or after Union games. It's the place to watch college football or hockey with friends and family. That's Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, a proud supporter of Union College and Union College football. So the Union defense holds Utica off the scoreboard here, the missed field goal. And the defense back out. And as Coach Behrman has done so far this season, kind of rotating those running backs in, and this time it's Michael Fiore. Not much room to run as he was trying to follow a pulling tackle. Only got about 3 yards for Fiore. We heard Coach Behrman in the pregame, Connor. He talked about all 4 running backs having a lot of confidence in each of them, and that's really a weapon to have for an offense. To have 4 running backs you feel confident with carrying the football. This time it's a fake to Fiore, and Piketty kind of weaving in and out, and then he takes a big hit at the 30-yard line. I'm not quite sure you want your quarterback getting hit that hard by a big guy in, I think that's Doug Simmons. That's 58,
Simmons
actually.
is a big guy, but
Ben Arthur.
Piketty's a big guy, too. He can take some hits and
That's
deliver
true.
them. We've seen him deliver some big hits on the goal line, too.
That's true. That was Ben Arthur, 6'2", Piketty, 6'4". Both quarterbacks in this game, 6'4". Piketty, completed pass to the far side. This is a first down as Piketty got the first down on that previous play. So that was a short pass which was complete to Nicholas Dunman, who has had a nice start to his freshman season.
Yeah, there, bubble screen. Anthony McDonald on Utica sniffs it out, comes in with a pretty big hit coming from the inside.
Well, Utica coach Blaise Fagiano said, we've got the Anthonys at linebacker. They've got 3 Anthonys, Anthony McDonald, Anthony Novello, and Anthony Fasano. So we've got the Anthonys there for Utica. Sounds like a sitcom or something. Fiore goes ahead for maybe a yard. 3 Anthonys at linebacker. And Coach Fagiano says, we play, a number of guys defensively, play like, between our defense, because they've switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4. But he says, we probably play 8 to 10 guys on that D line, and then some of those linebackers can also stand up and play on the line. So don't be surprised to see a guy like Jimmy Warren, number 5, come down and stand up.
Yeah, Union's sticking with the run game right now. Utica's figured it out a little bit.
This is, again, a designed run for Paquetti, who busts it outside, and he's got the first down. So on 3rd and 6, a designed run for Paquetti, and he's able to pick up the first down.
That one looked like he got stuffed at the line, but he managed to pop it out from out to the outside. Get the first down.
I don't know if they caught Utica. I was thinking that would be a passing down, but Paquetti able to run the football, which is gives him a dynamic edge, and this time it's Fiore, and Fiore trying to get any yards he can. I tell you, this Utica defense, which averages 248 yards allowed per game, they're pretty stiff in the middle there in terms of not allowing Union to, the first drive there were some big runs for Iribor, but every yard has been hard-earned by Union on this drive.
Yeah, they seem to figure it out a little more. Those 14 linemen are really putting in the work, stuffing up those holes. But then again, that was 3 yards. All you need is 3 yards every play. Keep getting first downs.
As you said, Connor, 2nd and 7 from the Union 45. As we approach the final minute of this first quarter, Union leading 7-0. And now it looks like some miscommunications and a timeout taken by Union head coach Jeff Behrman with 1:16 to go here in the opening quarter. Union head coach Jeff Behrman in his 7th year with Union, 6th season because of no 2020 season due to the COVID pandemic. 39-16 all time as head coach of Union, which is good for about 71% winning percentage. His assistant coaches, we mentioned a couple of them. Rick Flanders, the defensive coordinator. Travis James is the offensive coordinator. Pete Brown works with the linebackers. Kevin Billington, Davon Puck, and Devin Smith are the assistant coaches for Union. The Dutchmen on their 2nd drive of the game, leading 7-0. If you joined us late, it was a touchdown pass from Donovan Paquetti to Andre Ross Jr., 31-yard touchdown pass that got Union on the scoreboard. For Paquetti, his 8th touchdown pass of the season, and for Andre Ross Jr., his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season, but his Union, every time he catches one, he resets the record. 37 career receiving touchdowns for Andre Ross Jr.
This game's moving a lot faster than the last game we commented, with a lot more run plays and a lot less scoring so far.
Yeah, 7-0. This is the 2nd drive for Union. Utica's had 2 drives, and again, if you missed us, if you tuned in a little late, they moved into Union side of the field on both drives. This pass complete to Dunman. Dunman trying to get away from the Utica defender, and he's able to get a first down all the way to the Utica side of the field inside the 40, close to the 35.
Great play by Dunman there, but a lot of the fans were looking at Kevin DeWing pulling, hits the blitzing linebacker on the outside. Really hard hit. Would not want to be that linebacker right now.
Yeah, doing a senior from Reading, Massachusetts. Another one of the stalwarts on this offensive line, and I think it's Dunman a little slow to get up. As trainer Cheryl Rockwood out there looks like she's looking at his right leg. Obviously not a good sign, but Union's got a lot of weapons, and we'll see Dunman able to kind of get to his feet and make his way towards the sidelines.
Yeah, weren't looking too much at the knee, which is always a good sign.
Dunman has made an impact here, a freshman. That was he came in with 8 catches. That was I think that was maybe his second one of the game. But he's already received Liberty League Rookie of the Week honors back in week 1 and has 3 receiving touchdowns, including 2 back in that first game of the season at Allegheny. So Dunman comes off. Union still has a lot of threats out there, though. 2 receivers, it's Tolbert and Andre Ross Jr. out to the near side here. With Piketty in the pistol, they hand to Fiore, and Fiore doesn't have much room to run as he's met by Jake Notarino, number 33 for Utica.
Union stacked the O-line there with some extra bodies. Didn't really seem to help against this stiff Utica D-line. It's been doing great after the first drive.
So no gains, 2nd down and 10, under a minute to go in this first quarter. Stay with us at halftime. We've got an interview with 5th-year captain Austin St. Pierre, who's defensive player on linebacker. This is a designed run for Piketty, running right. He's got a head of steam, and he goes out of bounds, close to the first down. It looks like he has enough. A number of designed runs for Donovan Piketty in this game already in this first quarter. And that one was another successful one as it got close to the first down marker.
Run game's been a little harder on this drive, but Piketty is doing a great job. All of his runs have been good 5 yards plus.
Piketty has 3 rushing touchdowns on the season in addition to his now 8 passing touchdowns. The senior from Cobleskill, New York. Cobleskill, Richmondville High School graduate. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here from Frank Bailey Field. So both teams have 2 drives. Union's in the middle of its 2nd drive. Union gets on the scoreboard with a passing touchdown. Utica missed a field goal, so a lot of activity in that first quarter. But at the end of it, it is Union 7, Utica nothing. You are watching Union College Football on UnionAthletics.com. Union fans, Brown Coach is the official charter company and a proud supporter of Union College Athletics. Call Brown Coach or Brown Travel for all of your charter and travel needs. End of 1 quarter here in Schenectady, New York. It's Union 7, Utica nothing. Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette here in the press box. Glad you could join us. If you can't be here physically at the game, glad you could tune us in. Again, just another tremendous afternoon here in the Capital District. Temperatures were cold this morning, in about the 40s, I would say. But it's supposed to get up close to 70, which, not much more you can ask for on a late September Saturday afternoon in upstate New York.
It's probably pretty hot down there on the turf with the sun being down. People like to say it's 10 degrees hot on the turf. It's very true. You feel it when you're running around in full football gear.
So taking a look at some of the, we try to dial up some of the statistics here through the first quarter. Total yards, Union 140 yards in that first quarter. Utica had 69 yards. Pretty even passing, Union 82, Utica 64, but really the difference is the running game. Union 58 yards, Utica just 5 yards rushing in that first quarter. Most of it coming through the air. Piketty again with a run. He gets close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a little bit short, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, so great push by the Utica D-line. I don't think he got there.
So our first interesting call here is the ball spotted at the Utica 29. I think Union's got to go for it to be a really long field goal. Attempt, and they're going to keep the offense out on the field. 4th and 1 from the 29.
Early
stages of the second quarter. Fiore motions out. They're going to run with Piketty, and Piketty, close. I think he got it by reaching out and putting the ball ahead for the first down, and they do have a first down. So they motion Fiore out of the backfield, Connor, and then Piketty just trying to use that 6'4" frame to try to get the first down.
Yeah, not too much of a hole, but he lowered the shoulder, which made the difference for him, along with the reach.
So first down at the Utica 27. First and 10 for the Dutchmen on their second drive, trying to get back into the end zone. Here's Fiore running right. He's got a head of steam, and he gets twisted out of bounds after getting close to the 20-yard line. That was number 5, Jimmy Warren. Warren leads Utica in tackles and has 2 sacks in the first 3 games of the year for Utica. So a pickup of about 5 or 6.
Yeah, Union had a tight end on the right side. Garrett Cafaro did a really good job of sealing that edge. Let him get those yards.
Second down and 4 from the 21. Utica defense a little the jump, but they got back. Here's Fiore. He's got a big hole. Got tackled around the head, and the helmet flies off, and could be a dangerous play there as Fiore lost his helmet and was still in the process of being tackled. He got enough for the first down. Union coach Jeff Behrman going to the referees. What's going on there? Tackling him around the neck.
Yeah, surprisingly, no flag there. Union's using this. They like using this tight end and sniff combo. Adds 2 guys to one side of the line. There they pull them across the line. Lay some bodies on the other side. Leaves a big hole for the running back to get through.
Another first down for the Dutchmen just outside the 10. It's at the 12-yard line. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Union leading 7-0. Fiore had to come out of the game because he lost his helmet. Jonathan Anderson lined up to Picchetti's left. Option play. Pichetti took a big hit there as Anthony Novello came up and lowered the boom as Pichetti gets stopped for a loss, and a Utica player is slow to get to the sidelines there, but that was a big hit by Anthony Novello.
Yeah, if you're going to be Pichetti and lay some bodies, going to get one laid on you every once in a while. Happens to everybody. Deals with it good, though. Seems fine, ready for the next play.
So the whistle is as one of the Utica players is slow to get off the field, but looks to be okay making their way to the sideline. Again, it's tough to see those Utica numbers. Talking to head coach Blaise Fagiano, though, he said it was big to get John Strawn back. Defensive lineman missed most of last year with an injury. His leadership has been big. He's number 2 on the defensive line for Utica. So 2nd and 11 after that Pichetti run lost a yard. Picchetti's in the shotgun. Anderson's still out there with him. He came in when Fiore lost his helmet and had to come out of the game. Anderson in motion. They look his way. Now they're going to throw to the end zone, and they were looking for Tolbert, and a great play on defense as it was Dan Amadi, number 24, who made a nice job in coverage. I think, oh, no, I'm sorry. Instead of 24, it was 23. Jamel Smith, who was locked up on Tolbert.
Yeah, it's only the second pass play we've seen down the field for Union. You can kind of see why. That was amazing coverage by Jamel there.
Smith is still locked up here on Tolbert on the near side. Andre Ross Jr. in the slot on this 3rd and long. They're going to run Pichetti to the right. Pichetti gets gang tackled inside the 25, or inside the 15 rather. So that is going to bring up 4th down, and it looks like Union kind of was content to play for the field goal there, Connor. I guess I shouldn't say that. Content to potentially have to play for the field goal if that play didn't pay off because they run it on 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't throw it there. Utica was set up stacking the box, had man coverage everywhere else.
So
when they stack the box, it's really tough to run against it, especially with your quarterback.
Junior Andrew Lau out to kick. It was from about this spot where Utica missed a field goal, but here's Lau from the right hash. It is up, and it is good. And a flag flies late. So that's a 30-yard kick from Andrew Lau that puts Union up 10-0 with 11:14 to go before halftime. I believe this field goal is going to stand because this was after the play. Yes, the referee saying dead ball. Personal foul on Utica. That'll be on the kickoff. So a field goal from junior Andrew Lau, the Westport, Connecticut native, puts Union up 10-0 with 11:14 to go before halftime. Union fans, be sure to stop by the Center Street Pub located at 308 Union Street in Schenectady, featuring TVs to watch all of your favorite teams, great food, and live entertainment. Center Street is a proud partner of Union College Athletics and Union College football. That's the Center Street Public House and Garden, located on Union Street in Schenectady. So Union out to a 10-0 lead on Utica here, a couple minutes into this second quarter. Again, stay with us at halftime. We have an interview with fifth-year linebacker captain Austin St. Pierre, which we'll share with you when Austin was nice enough to join us earlier this week. And then we will take a look at some halftime stats. We'll look at some scores from around the Northeast in the Liberty League, as Liberty League play gets kicked off next Saturday with Union here at home against Buffalo State. So because of the penalty counter, Union's going to kick off from midfield. So I would imagine Andrew Lau, unless he tries some sort of directional or try to hang it in and pin them in there, is just going to blast it into the end zone.
Always found this as an interesting rule, putting it on the actual spot of the kickoff. Not too helpful, but they try to pin them here.
Ball's caught at the 15. Spinning away and not going down easily is Cameron Davis. I believe that was 6 as he gets out to the 25. So kind of an interesting play. I think Lau would have liked to maybe put that about 10 yards deeper and have them catch it at the 5, not the 15. But either way, not terrific field position for Utica as they come out for their third drive of the game at the 24.
Yeah, score says 10-0 right now, but Utica's offense has been fighting hard. Hasn't been easy to stop so far. The Union defense has been doing a great job not letting them get on the scoreboard.
Braden Zenilovic out there, 6'4", UAlbany transfer. Hands it off, and running up to the 30-yard line is Matt Brantley. And Brantley was a receiver last year, 29 catches and 4 receiving touchdowns. But this year he's their leading rusher, averaging 7 yards a rush. And he got about 7 on that run out to the 31.
Yeah, Utica definitely needs to pick up their running game if they're going to get in the end zone. And great start there, starting it up.
So second and short, Zenilovic still in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers, 2 to the far side. He's going to give it to Brantley. Brantley running right, and he is hit hard and brought down by a host of defenders, as I believe Dionis Polanco led the way there, number 55. And then all the other Union players came to clean it up. It'll bring up third and short from the 32.
Yeah, safety James Gillespie came in there from the secondary, really laid a shoulder on him, held him up for the rest of the guys to come get him.
Nice play from the sophomore from Boston, Massachusetts. Third and short, here's Zenilovic's going to throw. Now he is running around. Now he's going to heave it, and it's caught for Decker. He's got a first down. He's onto the Union side of the field, still weaving back, trying to get some blockers, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Boy, oh boy, Braden Zenilovic. That was a dangerous pass throwing all the way across the field. The Union players went for the interception, and instead it's Travis Decker who got loose and then found some blockers and some help all the way down the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think most of the Union sideline there thought it was an interception. Union player was sitting there waiting for it, and Travis Decker just popped up in front of him, grabbed it out of the air.
Whistles before the extra point, and there's a flag. It's going to be on Utica, and it's going to back them up here. So the long touchdown pass, you're right, I think it was Azari Lewis, who I think thought he was going to have the interception. The ball just missed him, and because he committed for the interception, Decker had a long way to run, as it's a 68-yard touchdown pass from Braden Zenilovic to Travis Decker. Corey Lichtman out for the extra point. He missed a field goal in the first quarter But this one he boots through even after the penalty backs him up. So with 9:38 to go in the first half, it is Union 10, Utica 7 here at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Union fans can count on Nico's Pizzeria for great pizza and wings. Visit Nico's or call for delivery. Serving lunch, dinner, and open late night. Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern is located on State Street in the heart of downtown Schenectady. That's Nico's Pizzeria, a proud supporter of Union College Athletics, and Union College football. So 10-7. Utica getting right back in the game after the long touchdown pass from Zenilovic to Travis Decker, 68 yards. It was 3rd and short. Zenilovic, the play was breaking down, Connor. He throws it all the way back across the field, kind of a dangerous play. Could have been an interception return for a touchdown. Instead, Decker hauls it in and goes all the way.
That's one the coaches don't like, but it's hard to yell at him when it works out that well.
That's a no, 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 yes. The kick from Lichtman and bringing it out over the 15-yard line. I think that's Jonathan Anderson, who gets out over the 15, but Union's going to have its worst field position to start a drive in this first half. Yeah. Actually, they started at the 11, correct me. The first drive started at the 11.
Yeah, not great blocking there by the Union return team. Just guys flying through. I thought the returner was going to get lit up for a second, but in the end it didn't really matter. Swarm wrapped him up.
So a much different game after that long touchdown pass. Union leading at 10-7 with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. And the Union offense back out on the field as Piketty is in the pistol. He's going to hand it off. Running right is Irabor. He's got a big hole. IK Irabor, 30, 20, 10-5 touchdown. IK Irabor. And Union responds.
Just like I was talking earlier, I mean, we haven't seen Union down yet this season, but their ability to respond so quickly is really what's so impressive about their offense.
And Irabor goes over 100 yards here in the first half. His 16th career rushing game of 100 or more yards, and that one is a big one as Union responds after the long touchdown pass. Andrew Lau's extra point is up, and it is good with 9:19 to go in the first half. It's Union 7, Utica 7, and officially, Connor, an 84-yard touchdown run for IK Irabor. And for Irabor, that is his 42nd career rushing touchdown, which is 3rd all-time in school history.
He had a great hole, but then he was never even touched. He just outsped every Utica player on the field down the sideline.
So what can you say about IK Irabor? 16th career 100-yard rushing game after he had 100 yards last week in the game against Springfield. Went over 100 yards similarly on a long touchdown run, but that was in the 4th quarter. And he has moved past Chris Irving into 4th place all-time on the Union career rushing list with over 3,100 career rushing yards. IK Irabor. As this one, the kick is taken at the 5, trying to get to that far sideline and getting up close to the 30-yard line, which is where Utica will start its drive. Is Izzy Maldonado, 16. So that's where Utica will start its drive.
Great job on that kick from Davion Clements. Came all the way from the right side contain guy to make the tackle on the left side of the field. A lot of running there, and it paid off.
So we'll see here. Now we've had 2 really long touchdowns back-to-back here as we had the 68-yard passing touchdown from Zenolovic to Decker, and then the 84-yard touchdown run from IK Iribor. So a spurt of offense here. Zenolovic is going to go short here, and that, I believe, is Palmer. No, sorry, that's Nair, 13, the Canajoharie native, who's already got a couple of receptions in this first half.
So far, Utica's had a lot of success with the pass, despite not being able to establish a phenomenal run game yet. Kind of an opposite of Union, who's been running the ball almost all game.
Zenolovic, Connor, 8 of 12 for 132 yards and a touchdown. Obviously, a lot of that came on the 68-yard touchdown pass, but 8 of 12, now 9 of 12, excuse me. Flag flies on the snap on both sides of the field as it's Salas trying to get close to the first down marker, but this has the looks of a procedure call against the Pioneers. Although now the referees are discussing this, so I thought this would be a pretty quick.
Seems like a little disagreement on who went first.
Oh, they're looking to Coach Behrman to see if he wants to decline the penalty, which would bring up 3rd and short, but they're going to accept this and then back Utica up. 8.5 minutes to go before halftime. Again, stay with us at halftime. We've got an interview recorded with 5th-year linebacker captain Austin St. Pierre, who joined us earlier in the week, and we'll take a look at some first-half statistics. We'll take a look at some scores from around the Liberty League in the Northeast at halftime. 8:15 to go in the first half. Union leading at 17-7. Here's the snap, Zenolovic. His pass is just off the hands of the diving receiver. That's Doug Elsesser.
Wide open there. A little bit off-target pass, made him dive for it. Ended up not being able to corral it in.
So I'll bring up 3rd and long, in our credit here to Union Sports Information Director Steve Sheridan. That 84-yard touchdown run by IK Iribor, the 6th longest touchdown run in program history and the longest since Thomas Arcidiacono against Marchant Marine Academy in 2005. Short pass. It was completed to Nair, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Great job by the Union D-line. Put a little bit of pressure on him. 3 of the Utica routes weren't able to develop for Zenolovic. Had to throw it to his only short one, which wasn't enough to get the first down.
So bring up 4th down, and the punting unit back out for Utica. A low line drive, and it's bobbled by Union. I think they jumped back on top of it. Boy, oh boy, that was almost a disaster. It's going to be the Dutchmen who do recover it, though. The real thing, though, is Utica's punter is listed as 52, Nick Geiswiz. That's not him out there. It looks like it was number maybe 8 again. Possibly. No, that's 8 is Darius Johnson. I'm not sure it's him, but it doesn't look like Geiswiz is out there because he averages – well, he averages only about 30 yards a punt, but he had been their punter, and these are kind of looking like low-line drives. Anyway, Union averted disaster, and they'll get the ball 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Paquette's got 3 receivers to the near side. He's going to run it with Fiore. Fiore trying to get to that right side where those receivers are blocking away, and doesn't get much out over the 35. Utica swarming to the ball, led by 9,
Fiore,
James Prastio Jr.
Fiore broke one tackle there. Should have been probably a gain of 0. Breaks the tackle, gets 4 yards. Still gets caught by the swarm, but big play there.
Still did get 4, as you said, Connor, out to the 38-yard line. So now Paquette's in the shotgun. He gets to the line quickly. Now they look to the sideline, and Union head coach Jeff Behrman and offensive coordinator Travis James kind of shuffle things around. And now Paquette takes the snap. Fiore's going to run left. He's got room to run. Fiore to midfield. He's got the first down, and he's to the Utica side of the field. Michael Fiore finding some room to run. And Union with that strong offensive line just finding where the holes are between IK Irubor and Fiore. A lot of running yards piled up here in this first half.
Yeah, they used Tim Driscoll there along with a tight end, created a huge hole. Hard to miss that one. Ran through it and still got a few yards by breaking a tackle.
Now Fiore's in the pistol. They're going to fake the handoff. Paquette's going to throw it. He's got Tolbert, who's diving and just can't haul it in. As Tolbert was, I would say, open, although there was a Utica player kind of right there with him, and it was down around the 25-yard line. Would have been good enough for a first down, but Tolbert just could not haul it in.
Couldn't quite tell there if Tolbert, if it hit the ground and popped out, or Terrence Toussaint might have knocked it out when he dove to try to make the tackle.
Talented defensive back corner, Terrence Toussaint, as you said, a senior from West Orange, New Jersey. 2nd down and 10. They're going to run it with Fiore. And Fiore gets a couple of yards inside the 45 to the 44, a pickup of 3. To bring up 3rd down and long. And there was Terrence Toussaint again in on the tackle, up from his secondary spot. So 3rd and long, Union getting to the line quickly. I think they were maybe going to see if Utica wasn't ready. Now they look to the sideline. They could have snapped it too. I think Utica kind of was scrambling on the defense to get in position.
Utica's been running this cover 2 system. It's been killing the Union pass game a little bit, but only having 2 linebackers in the box, 6 total players, has been letting them run for 4 yards every time.
5 minutes to go before halftime. 3rd and 7. Whoa, dangerous pass, but Dunman makes the catch, and he gets the first down as Nicholas Dunman, a little slow to get up once again, although he gets to his feet. First down, Paquette's throw gets to Dunman, but boy, oh boy, I thought maybe a Utica player was going to make a move on that one.
Yeah, James Prasio Jr. read the ball, came in, just wasn't tall enough to make the grab.
Local guy to the Schenectady area, Ballston Spa, New York, just up the road near Saratoga Springs. Although those are 2 rivals, so I guess I should. Saratoga County guy. Saratoga, the more well-known city nationally. Although I'll get some flack as running right as Fiore to the left side. Our former Union broadcaster and alum, Frank Rossi, who now is the mayor of Ballston Spa, New York. So he would say Ballston Spa, Saratoga is near Ballston Spa. That's what he would say. As a 1-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Dutchman. Paquette gets to the line quick. I think they want to just see how Utica's lined up, and then they kind of look to the sideline for the play.
Utica seems to be moving one of their safeties, Nathan Sullivan, into the box a little bit to help with the run. Only about 7 yards deep now.
2nd and 9. They're going to hand it with Fiore. Fiore trying to get past his blockers who are kind of blocking him, trying to clear some way, but Fiore only gets a couple of yards. And now Utica player lost their helmet. I'm sorry. I thought they said Utica timeout. I didn't understand that. But Utica player lost their helmet, had to come off. It's 3rd down and long again, so we'll see what Union dials up here on 3rd and long. Done a little bit of everything. They did a run on 3rd and long. They obviously have thrown the ball on 3rd and long. Paquette's kept it himself. See what they do here on 3rd and 8. Paquette has some time. He's going to step up. He's going to try and run for it. And he's got the first down, and he leaps to the 20-yard line. And he's got the first down, although Paquette's a little slow to get up there as he kind of tried to hurdle over a Utica player, and he's kind of making his way back to the huddle and kind of now bent over. So Union may want to take a timeout here. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half as Paquette got the first down, Connor, but he looks to be just a little bit nicked up there on that play.
Yeah, probably got a stinger. Those ones hurt a lot, even though they don't mean too much. Seems to be trying to walk it off now.
And they're going to run the play clock down, and that's Union head coach Jeff Behrman will take a timeout. Second timeout of the first half for Union. And we'll see about Piketty now, who's down to a knee on the sideline, being looked at by trainer Cheryl Rockwood. And Stratton Sherman, number 8, has got his helmet on. Those two battled it out in the preseason, 2 seniors. So we'll see if it's Sherman to come back out on the field. First down and 10. Piketty did a nice job to run for it, Connor, and then kind of tried to do, you know, for lack of a better comparison, kind of that Josh Allen, you know, where he kind of tried to hurdle the defender and kind of did like a semi-somersault, easy enough for me to say, as Piketty kind of tosses the helmet here, and he's headed over to the tent, I believe.
Yeah, that can definitely hurt. Piketty's he had a lot of success running there because Utica is really only running 2 real linebackers with 4 down linemen, more of a 4-2 than a 4-3. They're moving their third linebacker out to cover the Union stacked wide receivers. Leaves a lot of space to run on the field when he drops back. Let him get the first down there, especially with Piketty being such a good runner.
So Piketty is in the tent, if you will. That's kind of the new terminology, although this is not a pop-up tent that you can't see through. So we're taking a look at him down here on the near sideline with the trainer, Cheryl Rockwood.
Yeah, they seem to be checking out his shoulder. Don't believe it's his throwing arm, but probably just in a little bit of pain right now.
Either way, Stratton Sherman, a senior from Schuylerville, is out onto the field. He's 3 of 4 this year, passing for 34 yards and a touchdown. And he's got the ball on 1st and 10 at the Utica 20, 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. Sherman takes the snap, gives it to Fiore, and Fiore gets down close to the 15.
Found a hole there, just got tripped up. Could have been a more dangerous play if he didn't there.
If you joined us late, Union has 2 touchdowns, a long run from I.K. Iribor and a passing touchdown from Donovan Piketty to Andre Ross Jr. Utica's touchdown, and they also have a field goal from Andrew Lau. Utica's touchdown is a long pass from Braden Zenilovic to Travis Decker, and Union leading 17-7. Sherman takes the high snap, hands it for Fiore. Fiore running left, and he does not have much room to run. Maybe gets a yard to the 15. And Connor, if you're Utica's defense, you've seen Union's quarterback go out. I assume you'd be playing run here, although Sherman has thrown the football a few times already this season.
Yeah, they seem pretty dedicated to staying in their cover 2 look, which has been working to stop the Union pass, but they've still been giving up a lot of yards on the run. You can see there the play took a little longer to develop, allowed their secondary to get up, and that's why it ended up being a 0-yard gain. But on these quick dives, they don't seem to be able to get enough bodies into the box quick enough to make the tackle before he gets a good 3-4 yards.
So Utica took a timeout. They're trying to preserve some clock here with 1:39 to go before halftime. Union, remember, won the coin toss at the start of the game and deferred to the second half.
Yeah, that decision worked out for them after getting that nice stop.
Again, if you joined us late, so we told you about the scoring, but Utica also had a missed field goal from Corey Lichtman, and Lichtman is a good kicker. He's actually on the reigning D3Football.com Team of the Week for a tremendous week last week. 2 for 2 extra points, 3 for 3 field goals, including a 50-yard field goal, but he missed a field goal kind of much shorter than 50 yards earlier in this first half from the right hash. So it's 17-7. Both teams have a long touchdown. Union has another touchdown drive and a field goal, and Utica has the missed field goal. But Union driving here with Sherman out there. And I will say the one good thing that Piketty's on the sideline, Sherman and Piketty battled in the preseason, so you got a guy out there who battled for the starting job in the preseason, although they're going to run it with Fiore, and Fiore has the first down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Dutchman.
Yeah, once he gets past that O-line, he's right into the secondary with that speed.
Quickly to the line, Sherman takes the snap, gives it for Fiore. Fiore pushing, He's inside the 5, close to the 2. Well, I tell you, Union is just running the football, and I would imagine we'll see another run here as Kyle Webster, another tight end, comes onto the field.
When it's working so well, there's really no reason to stop right now.
See if Utica can stand up here defensively as the clock rolls down. 1:05 to go in this first half. 2nd and goal. Sherman is in the pistol. And it's Fiore, and he is, as there's a flag down, into the end zone for a touchdown. But there's a muted celebration, and for good reason, as it's a penalty against the Dutchman. A procedure call will back Union up 5 yards, and that's a big penalty, especially because they ran it into the end zone on that play.
Coaches hate false starts, and they definitely hate that false start. Reversing a touchdown.
So from the 2, it'll move it back to about the 7. It'll be 2nd and goal still, but Union has Stratton Sherman in there. He's capable of throwing the ball, but obviously you feel much better about 2nd and goal from the 2 than 2nd and goal from the 7. See if Union, what the play call is here as Sherman looks to the sideline. Andre Ross Jr. and Robbie Tolbert are the receivers. And Michael Fiore in the backfield. They're going to run it with Fiore. He's got a big burst of speed, and he gets right down to the goal line where he's stopped by the Utica defense. And Union's going to take a timeout here with 23 seconds to go. So what do you know? They back it up to the 7, and of course Fiore had a head of steam, and he stopped just before the goal line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I don't see why Union would stop running it here, but the only other thing I could see them doing is Andre Ross Jr., he's set up with a one-on-one in the corner. They do love throwing that fade to him.
Union fans, UnionAthleticsGear.com is an online store for all Union fans' shopping needs. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com for college gear and gifts for that fan in your life. That's UnionAthleticsGear.com. all one word.com. We got the holidays coming up. If you got a Union fan or student in your life, UnionAthleticsGear.com gets all of your Union gear, all your shopping needs done at UnionAthleticsGear.com. Pick up shirts, sweatshirts. We got cold mornings now. Pick up your hoodies, your polos, your T-shirts, anything you need for that Union fan or Union student, Union friend, family member, as it'll be 3rd and goal here for the Dutchman, trying to punch it into the end zone again. Stratton Sherman in the pistol formation with Michael Fiore behind him. They're going to give it to Fiore, and he's going to burrow his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Michael Fiore, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, and Union opens it up. It's 23-7.
Ike Iribor with a touchdown. Now Fiore still showing this multiple-headed monster of the Union running back core.
And give credit to that offensive line, pushing the Utica defensive line back and giving Fiore room to get in for the end zone. Kick is up, and it is good for Andrew Lau. So with 20 seconds to go in the first half, it's Union 24, Utica 7. And Union out to a nice lead here. The good crowd here at Frank Bailey Field is behind its Dutchman as the Union leads Utica 24-7 with 20 seconds to go here in the first half.
Not much time. We'll see if Utica tries to do something here. They did score quickly before, so it is still possible.
Again, stay with us at halftime. We've got an interview with 5th-year captain linebacker Austin St. Pierre. We'll take a look at the first half statistics. And we'll also take a look at some scores from around the Liberty League and around the Northeast at halftime. 20 seconds to go. Short kick from Andrew Lau, taken in at the 22-yard line. And bringing it up the field is, I think that's Cam Davis again. He said Jimmy Warren, but I think it's Davis, number 6. So Utica will have it at the 37-yard line, but there's only 15 seconds to go before halftime. Well, we said coming in, Connor, 3-0 against 3-0. Union, I think on paper, certainly favored, especially at home. But they've played another good first half of football. 24-7, they lead Utica, and we'll see if Zelenovic will try anything down the field here. The one Utica touchdown was a long pass. This is a short pass to Brantley, and he is taken down right away immediately by number 93, Jack Flanagan.
Yeah, tried to run a screen there, a little bit of a trick play. Union sniffed it right out. They had a little bit of trouble with that earlier, but they weren't going to mess it up again.
Well, it's halftime here at Frank Bailey Field, and Union leads at 24-7 over Utica. 3-0 Union leading 3-0 Utica. And again, halftime, if you joined us late, we'll give you the touchdowns for the Dutchman. A passing touchdown for Donovan Piketty to Andre Ross Jr. That got things started, 7-0. Then a field goal from Andrew Lau, a 30-yarder, made it 10-0. A long passing touchdown from Braden Zelenovic to Travis Decker made it 10-7. Union came right back, though, with an 84-yard touchdown run from I.K. Irabor. And then right before the half, a rushing touchdown from Michael Fiore puts Union up 24-7 at halftime. And the Dutchman leading here at the half 24-7. So a good half of football for the Dutchman. As we said, we will you'll hear an interview with fifth-year captain linebacker Austin St. Pierre as we get ready to go into halftime, and then we'll be back with the first half statistics and some scores from around the Liberty League. Again, at halftime, it's 3-0 Union leading 3-0 Utica, 24-7 from Frank Bailey Field. You are listening to Union College Football and UnionAthletics.com. We are back. It is halftime of the game between Union and Utica, and we are joined by fifth-year captain Austin St. Pierre. Austin, appreciate the time. You came back for your fifth year to Union. Just take us through that process. Obviously, the people who were affected by the COVID year had that option. Why did you want to come back for your fifth year?
Yeah, thanks for having me, first of all. I think it was an easy decision for me. I love all my teammates, all my coaches. We got a saying here, family, forget about me, I love you, and I take that to heart. Every single person on the Union College staff made it a very easy decision for me. It made it even easier, too, after some of the heartbreak we had last year and some of the guys that decided to come back as a fifth year last year. Some of my fellow captains, they don't have the same opportunity that I had to go out here, and try to win another league championship for Union College. And I that acted like the fire under me, and it really motivated me. And it's a big reason why I'm back and who I'm playing for, too.
We're being joined here at halftime of the game between Union and Utica by fifth-year captain Austin St. Pierre. Austin, you had a really successful season last year. You were named Liberty League first team. What was some of the reasons maybe that you had some success in that defensive back role last year, and what did you think? Why do you think you earned those all-league honors last season, and how did you translate that coming into this year with some confidence?
Of course, yeah. We look at all those personal accolades like a reflection on our defense as a whole. I wouldn't have been able to make the plays. I wouldn't have been able to be in the positions I was at without the other 10 guys in the field. We worked so hard from the beginning of August all the way till the end of November, just working together, butting heads. And that was a big reflection. I think they play a big part of it. And all the teammates I played with in the past. I've had great experience with, all the former DBs I played with, and they've helped me a lot when I was young. So I just sort of took everything I learned from them. Our coach, Rick Flanders, is a great mind too. I just try to be a sponge to the knowledge, and just try to help all the younger guys out. So that's what I try to bring from last year's success into this year,
You mentioned some of that. As a fifth-year guy, you were named a captain, this year for one of the 5 captains. What does that mean to you personally? But also, what does it mean to you to be leading a team that has some lofty goals ahead of it? So I mean, obviously being a captain is a great honor, but what does it mean to be selected by your peers and by the and also the coaches as a guy who's going to try to lead this team to where it needs to go to?
It feels great. Union college football that's number one in my heart, and I try to go out there every day and wear that on my sleeve. And I think that my teammates see that in me, and I want to be someone that they can look to and sort of feel my energy and bring them up. Try to do that every day. Try to do it last year. Ever since I was a freshman, just the great guys that came before me set that precedent of what it takes to be a great Union college Dutchman, and I just try to live in those shoes every day. So it feels great, to get that recognition and, really, have that support from my team. But at the end of the day, it's a responsibility, and I wear that with pride. I want to go out here every day and, be the leader for them. And I know the other 4 guys with me, we do the same thing. It's all Bandit Brothers over here.
We're being joined by 5th-year linebacker this year, Austin St. Pierre. And Austin, that I guess brings me to my next question. You played defensive back last year, kind of in the safety role. Now you're kind of in the linebacker spot. Did you're Westfield, Massachusetts guy. Take me back to maybe your Pop Warner days. Did you always play, on the defensive side of the field? Is that what do you like about playing defense? And what's been the difference maybe from moving up from the secondary to the linebackers this season?
Yeah. Oh man, I had a glorious youth football career. I was a career lineman, offensive tackle, center, nose tackle, DN. So that's how I came up. My dad coached me ever since I was in Pee Wee football, so he was a big part in my development and my love of the game. And he was a defensive player, is at heart. High school, I was a quarterback and a safety, so I had a sort of split time. But I knew coming into college where I wanted to be on the defensive side of the ball. I had a great career at strong safety. Love the position, love being a DB. But the great thing about our defense is it's very fluid and relatable. You spend enough time in the system, I can pretty much go up there and play nose tackle, put on a couple extra pounds. So that transition was easy, and it's just being back with my team and getting our chemistry right and everything like that. It's flowing like a well-oiled machine right now. It's great.
We're being joined by 5th-year captain Austin St. Pierre, and Austin, we're talking about your growing up days, just Westfield, Massachusetts. Just for those who don't know, just west of Springfield, Massachusetts. Why Union? What about the school attracted you? How did you first learn about it? I know you did a prep year after high school, so just take us through that. How did you end up finding the Union was the right place for you?
Exactly, yeah. So, like I said, I came out of high school playing quarterback and safety. I didn't really have that much film defensively, so I decided to go for the post-grad route at Loomis Chaffee. And that was a great experience. I loved being a Pelican over there. But that opened the doors for me in terms of just, finding out really good caliber schools that are competitive and care about their athletics. And, one day sitting at Loomis Chaffee, Coach Brown walks in that office. He's our linebackers coach. And pretty much as soon as he walked out that door, I knew I was going to be a Dutchman. Just fell in love with everything, the culture, the people here I've spoken about. It's great. The combination of just athletics, academics, it's a great school, great institution. And, it's just a family. Smaller campus, you get to know everybody, but on Saturdays it's really nice to look in the stands and see your professors, and it's just a great community. I love Union.
Being joined by 5th-year captain Austin St. Pierre. Austin, we're just into September, but you're a 5th-year guy, so I know you've already maybe got this thinking in your head, or maybe you're getting the questions asked. What I know we've got a whole year ahead of us here. Just September. what are you thinking of doing, or what are your aspirations for after college, after Union?
Yeah, I'm actually fortunate enough to say that I locked down a full-time job prior to post graduation.
Congratulations!
Thank you, I appreciate that. I had a great internship with Consigli Construction. Kevin Morris was a great help. The former coach at Union, great guy. And I just went through that internship, and I absolutely fell in love with the company. Very similar to Union, very similar culture. The people are great, and I was lucky enough to get that offer to return, and I jumped on it. And I'm super excited to get going.
We're being joined by fifth-year captain Austin St. Pierre, playing linebacker this year for the Dutchman. Austin, we're going to do our quick hitter segment now, so I'm going to ask you, your favorite, this, that, or the other, and just kind of, jump in with, the first thing that I guess comes to mind, or your favorite thing. So you're a Massachusetts guy, so how about favorite sports teams growing up? Are you a New England guy here?
I'm a Masshole all the way. Boston Red Sox, the Patriots, a Celtics fan. Not big into hockey, but every time we're in the playoffs, I'm a Bruins fan. So it's a great culture over here in New England. Ride or die for sure.
How about favorite player or players? Doesn't have to be football. Couldn't be somebody growing up or playing currently.
Mm-hmm. I would say Troy Polamalu. Safety like myself, and watching him grow up, jumping over the lines, making those crazy tackles. That's why I want to go out there and have that energy and try to be. Also a close second, Ray Lewis, because he's a savage.
Sure. How about favorite TV show or like a series that you're currently like watching or something that you're into?
Gotcha. I'm going to list off two. I like Peaky Blinders and Game of Thrones. They got a new season, House of Dragons. It's awesome.
Okay, and Peaky Blinders has been a popular one when I talk to Union guys. So you guys must be watching that together.
Hey, you come into our locker room. An episode.
How about favorite movie or like a movie that you always can flip on like an old reliable?
It's kind of a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with Austin Powers.
Okay.
I like to say I was named after that, but I don't know if that's true.
How about favorite music or something, that you're listening to, maybe to get you pumped up, or genre that you get pumped up to, before a game, before practice, that kind of thing?
NBA Youngboy. Ask anyone on the team, they know. Okay,
all right. How about something when you're not playing football? So you're not at practice, maybe you're home for the summer from school. What are you doing, to kind of, what hobbies, that kind of thing?
I love just being outside. If I'm not lifting weights, then I'm, messing around in my yard. My dad loves to put us to work. Part-time laborer once I'm over there. So just being outside in general, spending time with my family.
Being joined by fifth-year captain Austin St. Pierre. How about favorite class at Union? Maybe that one that you're currently taking or one that you previously took that you enjoyed?
I took urban redevelopment with Professor Brad Lewis a couple of years ago. That class was really interesting. The history of Schenectady, we looked into it, and it was very interesting,
So, and then here's the last one, and I am interested to see your answer to this one. So, I think you have almost 100 career tackles, if not 100, like, on the dime. But my question isn't that. It's you have 4 career interceptions. You have 9.5 career tackles for loss, but no career sacks, I don't believe. Which would you prefer either in this game or an upcoming game? Sack, or which do you prefer? Sack the quarterback or interception?
Pick 6, baby. I'm taking it to the house.
All right. That's perfect. Great answer. Again, we've been joined by Austin St. Pierre. Any shout-outs? Anybody? I'm sure family are at the game here this afternoon, but we can obviously always play it back. Any shout-outs to friends and family?
Of course. Shout out Westfield, Massachusetts, Westfield Bombers. Shout out my old coaches, Rob Parent, my dad, Troy St. Pierre, all my friends from home, Wilson Royal, Connor Calvanese. Everybody, I'm thinking of you guys, especially Colin Lama, Dan Gioso. Miss you guys.
Some of the old guys.
Of course. You got to let them know. Joe Vanderhoof, Paul Chambers. I miss all you guys. Griff Beal. I could go on forever.
Thanks, Austin. Appreciate it. That was fifth-year captain Austin St. Pierre joining us. We will be right back. The second half between Union and Utica coming up right after this. Thank you to fifth-year captain Austin St. Pierre for joining us at halftime. And as we said, it's halftime. Union leads Utica 24-7, and Austin's side of the ball, the defense doing a nice job. They only gave up that one long touchdown, which I'm sure they're hearing about from defensive coordinator Rick Flanders at halftime in the locker room. Let's take a look at some of the first half statistics. Again, Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette here in the broadcast booth with you. Connor, let's take a look at some of the first half statistics.
Well, first, Union, 312 yards already, well on to the 400 we said they were looking to reach today. Utica only with 152. The biggest difference you can see in what's happening right now and what's caused the big difference on the scoreboard is the rushing yards. Utica with 13 versus Union with 222 yards. Union's just been running it down every play, running it down Utica's throat, and it's been working great. We'll see here if Utica makes some changes to their setup. So far, they've been running mostly a 4-3, but it's not a true 4-3 because they're pulling one of their guys out of the box to cover Union's wide receivers. We'll see if they adjust that here to try to stop the run, because that's really all Union's doing. They only have 7 pass attempts for 90 yards, which 30 of those came on that one touchdown. And the one thing that Utica has had success with is their pass game. 11 for 15, 139 yards and a touchdown. We'll probably see them come out with a little bit more passing in the second half.
As you see on your screen there, one of the youth football teams, again, a nice part of the Saturday afternoon college football special. As we saw a couple of weeks ago in the home opener, they had a couple of teams out here. This is the Scotia Glenville youth football team out there, and they had 2 games going on, one at one end, one at the other end. So great for those guys to get out there at halftime. And you saw all the parents were scampering out there to get photos of the kids as they're lined up there, and a great thrill for them to be out on this field on a terrific weather day here. Another great Saturday, the officially first fall Saturday of the season, as we switched over into the fall season here, middle of this week. And Union just continues to kind of roll along here. Again, on paper, I think Union was favored in this game, but you got 3-0 Union out of the Liberty League, 3-0 Utica out of the Empire 8, and Utica comes in with a strong resume as well at 3-0, and certainly a team that expects to be competing for that league title in the Empire 8, and Union is handling things right now, except for the long touchdown. Although Utica did have a couple of sustained drives. One ended in a missed field goal, and then another one I think it was either a sack or a penalty, pushed them back to where they had to punt. Taking a look at some scores from around the Liberty League, and we'll jump into Liberty League next weekend when Union hosts Buffalo State. Some scores around the league. At halftime, St. Lawrence leads Castleton 21-6. And approaching halftime, Hobart has a big lead on Keystone, 28-0. RPI and St. John Fisher have a 4 o'clock start, so they're a little bit later. And then Buffalo State, who we'll see here next weekend, they host Morrisville State, but that game kicks off at 5 o'clock, so a little bit later start for RPI and Buffalo State. Ithaca, which is ranked in the top 25 along with Union, is off this weekend. They get a bye this weekend. So Union with a 24-7 lead over Utica. The team's kind of making their way back out onto the field. Utica making its way to that far sideline. And we'll see what happens here in the second half. Again, Union has been really stingy defensively. Allegheny scored 27 points in the season opener 3 or 4 weeks ago. But that, they scored a few touchdowns late in that game, and Union was really getting kind of everybody into the lineup. The last 3 games, Union's only given up 1 touchdown in each of the 3 games, including this one, which is obviously only half over. But only 20 points, Connor, in the last 10 quarters. It shows that this defense is kind of hitting its stride. They had to fill, as every team does, had to fill a few replacements due to graduation, but they've kind of come into their own and only allowing 13 points per game and under 250 yards per game. So see how they do it defensively in the second half. You know, Utica's going to have to be throwing the ball, playing from behind, so we'll see how this Union defense fares in the second half.
Yeah, Union defense is really featured by their linebackers and their D-line, who have been shutting down every run game they've came against and been getting great pressure on the quarterback, which saved them a few times when there were some open guys downfield earlier in this game. If they continue doing that, I don't see Utica having a ton of success with long, deep passes because there's just not enough time in the pocket to let those routes develop.
And if you joined us late, towards the later stages of that second quarter, Donovan Piketty, after a long run, came off the field and was sitting on the sideline without his helmet. So that is also something to keep your eye on, as Stratton Sherman came in and played the last few possessions at quarterback, or last few snaps at quarterback that led to a Michael Fiore touchdown. And Sherman is out there warming up right now. So I imagine we will see senior Stratton Sherman in this second half. I don't see Piketty out on the sideline just yet. But that may be just because there's like 100 guys on the sideline and I just have not spotted him yet. Union Football and Union College would like to thank the following sponsors for their support this season: Brown Coach, CDPHP, Center Street Pub, Courtyard by Marriott, Mohawk Harbor, Curtis Lumber, Doubletree by Hilton, Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, Ortho New York, New Country Lexus of Latham, and Homewood Suites, all proud supporters of Union College and Union College football.
We see Piketty's walking out right now, got his shoulder pads off, ice on his left shoulder, an arm in a sling, so doesn't seem like we're going to see him again this game.
Yeah, you said no shoulder pads on, also no jersey on.
Yeah.
And he's taking a couple of shakes, I guess, handshakes from some of his teammates. So, again, Piketty got injured in that second quarter. He had a long run, which was a crucial run because it picked up a first down. Kind of went down awkwardly, I guess is not the right word, because he kind of just rolled over the defender. And as Connor mentioned here, he's got a pack of ice on his left shoulder. So it'll be Stratton Sherman from here on out. And again, Union will have to keep an eye on that. Again, these two battled in the preseason, Sherman and Piketty. Both are local Section 2 guys. Piketty from Cobleskill, Richmondville High School, and Stratton Sherman from Schuylerville High School. So it'll be Sherman who's warming up out on the field. Union's going to get the ball here to start the second half, leading 24-7. But certainly that's something to keep your eye on, is the long-term health of Donovan Piketty, who's played very well in this first portion of the season. 8 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown runs. And Stratton Sherman, who was out there on that last touchdown drive, so it was a run, but he's acquitted himself quite nicely. And Connor, with these offensive weapons, I'm not going to say it could be you or I out there, but, that's helpful to have the receivers that Union has and the running backs that Union has to help the whoever's out there at quarterback.
Definitely. I think the one big difference we'll probably see between Donovan and Sherman is Donovan's running ability that we've seen a lot in this game. He already had 40 yards rushing on 8 attempts. I don't think we'll see that as much with Stratton Sherman, especially because he's a little bit smaller than the very large Donovan Piketty. Still possible that we see him running a bit, though. And it's not even that needed when you got such amazing running backs with Michael Fiore and Iribor both in the backfield.
Yeah, we haven't seen as much in the first half from Jonathan Anderson, who was out there on the field, and Joseph Ferreira. Ferreira and Anderson both have rushed the ball a number of times this season. So it'll be Utica to kick things off here to start the second half. Left foot of Lichtman all the way back into the end zone, and Kevin Raybacks will take it in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Some pushing as the special teams units run off the field but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dutchman as Stratton Sherman comes out. And again, Piketty and Sherman both seniors, but neither of them had much playing time prior to this season because of William Bellamy, who had been the quarterback for the last couple of Union seasons and is in the record books for both passing yards in career and touchdown. He's in the top 5 in school history, over 6,000 passing yards and 66 passing touchdowns. So both Piketty and Sherman had not seen that much game action before this season, but it'll be Stratton Sherman out to start the second half. He takes the shotgun snap and gives it to Iribor. Iribor tries to bounce it outside, and he doesn't find much room. In fact, it's going to be a loss on the play as Utica does a nice job to kind of string it out there. It'll be almost a 5-yard loss here back to the 20.
Yeah, Utica was in the backfield almost instantly. Seems like a blocking assignment mix-up for the O-line. They just need to communicate a little bit.
So 2nd and 15, Iribor already with his 16th career 100-yard rushing game, and that first half he's at 112 currently. Although lost 5 on that first down. Here's Sherman's pass complete to Tolbert. Tolbert gets away, now gets to the sideline and gets close to the first down. So Sherman's pass, I believe that's his first pass in this game since coming in relief of Piketty. That's all you got to do, Connor. Get it in the hands of your playmakers like Robbie Tolbert.
Yeah, the play calling makes it kind of easy for him. Don't get right to him. Let him get the 10, 15 yards after the catch.
So it's 3rd and 2. As you said, about a 13-yard reception there for Tolbert, most of it after the catch. Here's Iribor. Iribor didn't look like he's going to get there, and you don't think he did. He got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a half a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down, and I think Union's going to have to punt the football.
First time we've seen it today.
So Andrew Lau, who's also the kicker, is out to punt. And Utica, a 3-and-out. And, of course, it helped that the first play was a negative run, which set them back with 2nd and 15, and then the long pass and then a short run, and they come up short of the line to gain. So Lau out to punt, averages about 43 yards a punt. This will be his 10th punt of the season. So not too much work. That was a short kick, end over end. But it takes a nice Union roll, and it's still rolling down inside the 25, and that's where Utica will start here in the second half.
Seems like the Utica defense made some adjustments, played very well against the run there, which they weren't able to do in the first half. We'll see if they make some adjustments to be able to run the ball also.
So it will be 1st and 10 for Utica. Its first drive of the second half, trailing 24-7, 12:49 to go here in the third quarter. And it's Zenilovic in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. And a couple of yards for James Salas.
Found a good hole, but it was instantly filled by the Union linebackers.
For this Utica offense, they kind of get things rolling here. They average close to 30 points per game. Their only touchdown in that first half was the long pass from Zenilovic to Decker.
Yeah, Union's playing a little more back now that they're up. Have a cover 2 look set up. Stop those long passes that are dangerous at this point in the game.
After the 3-yard run by Salas, it's 2nd and 7. New quarterback in there for Utica, and the pass is complete from Sonny Badina to Nate Palmer. And Palmer has a first down as he gets out of bounds out at the 36-yard line. So we saw both quarterbacks, Zenilovic, who's a big taller guy, 6'4", 225 pounds, and Sonny Badina.
Yeah, it looked like Utica called a good audible there. They saw the single coverage on the 2 stacked receivers, threw a little bubble screen, and it's great for getting a few yards.
And Palmer's the guy. He's got over 100 career receptions. This is a handoff. And not much room there for, I think that is 0, who was listed as a quarterback, Samuel Florio, but he took the handoff there and only got a couple of yards as Braden Zelenovic is back in. Short run of about 2 yards out to the 38. Zelenovic takes the snap, fakes the pass. Now he's going to run it, and he takes a big hit from Tommy Cavallo. Gets out to the 42-yard line. Big hit there. Zelenovic, he faked the handoff, then faked the pass. Then it looked like it was a designed run, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I believe it was a designed run. The linemen seemed down the field. They got a good push, but linebackers just came through, made the tackle.
Whoa, the snap there, and Zelenovic throws it backwards. That's a live ball for Salas, and Salas is going to be tackled short of the line to gain, but what a bizarre play, as I think Utica is going to get a first down because of the snap. Union was offsides, but Zelenovic was not ready for that snap. He kind of went up to change the play, and they just snapped it at him.
Yeah, I think he saw it as a free play to try to do something with that lateral there, but sure didn't look pretty.
Neither team, I think, will be watching that one with great joy tomorrow. As Utica dodges a bullet, but they're really lucky that Union jumped off sides there, and for Union to jump off sides and give them a first down, both coordinators, I'm sure, are not happy with how that play transpired. 1st and 10, Zelenovic fakes the handoff, now rolling to his right. He's got his man. Pass caught on the Union side of the field at the 40. It'll be a first down, as it was, I think, 88, I want to say. Tyler Kalenda, the tight end. Actually, it's Jordan Calber, the backup tight end.
Zelenovic zipped that one right to him on a line drive. We could hear it hitting the pads from up here.
Quick snap. They're going to hand it to Salas. So Utica is trying to get its offense running here, and they got Salas with 4 yards to the Union 35. And now Zelenovic will come off, and Sonny Badina will come back in at quarterback. So head coach Blaise Fagiano said we'd see both Zelenovic and Sonny Badina. Badina's the senior from Brooklyn, New York, and Zelenovic, the UAlbany transfer from just outside of Rochester. 2nd down and 6. Badina takes the snap. Designed run, and he puts his head down. He gets hit by Spencer Goldstein and gets to the 30-yard line. Pickup of close to 6 or 7. Down to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and short. So big play here. Utica trying to keep its offense on the field, although they do have a very good kicker in Corey Lichtman. Badina takes the snap, handoff, running left on a sweep. It's going to be short of the first down, I believe, as that was Matt Brantley. And now an interesting call here for Utica head coach Blaise Fagiano. 4th and inches from the Union 30.
Just barely short there. I'd imagine, looking at the score, you have to go for it, which it looks like they are.
You do have a good kicker, Corey Lichtman, who's missed a field goal in this game, but he hit a 50-yarder last week. They're going to go for it here. Badina in the shotgun, or at least they're going to line up to go for it. Badina does take the snap. He hands it off, and they got the first down, as that was Florio, I think, running the football. It'll be a first down. They needed 6 inches. They got 3 yards.
Yeah, great pushback by the Utica line that we haven't seen too much today, but they come through when it counted.
So they get the ball to the Union 27, and now a timeout Utica. So I don't know what happened. I think you get ready for the 4th down. You get the 4th down. Now all of a sudden you're like, okay, we got to call another play. So head coach Blaise Fagiano calls timeout. I thought we might see a team take a timeout before that 4th down, although it looked like Union got in its alignment that it was looking for. I'm surprised that that was so close to, it was 4th and inches that they had Sonny Badina line up in the shotgun. But
yeah, I mean, a lot easier when you have that space to try to hit a hole if you don't have too much confidence in the push of the O-line, which is tough against a big Union D-line. But there they had the push. It was pretty much just a walk-up to get that first down.
Still Union leading 24-7 halfway through this third quarter. No scoring so far in the second half. If you joined us late, Union quarterback Donovan Piketty is out of the game. He injured what looks to like his left shoulder. Had a nice pack on his left shoulder coming out of halftime. So Stratton Sherman is in there. Union had a first crack at it in the second half, went 3 and out, and this is Utica's first drive, and Braden Zelenovic is back out there. He's going to throw, pulls it down, now throws it. He's got his man Nair on the far sideline. He's got a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Utica as they get down to the 5-yard line as Zelenovic connects with Joey Nair.
Great job by Zelenovic. 2 guys in his face, still able to find his man and deliver a perfect pass over the head of the Union DB to where only his guy can get it.
So Zelenovic comes out of the game, and now Sonny Badina back in for Utica. Badina takes the shotgun snap, puts it with James Salas, and Salas, I believe it was Salas, as he gets close to the goal line. But short of the goal line, so now it'll be 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
Union player ripped out the ball after that one. Definitely a dead play, but you can always try your best to convince him.
Badina out there on this 2nd and goal from the 1 or the 2-yard line. He takes the snap, design run. Badina, and he's going to be stopped short. The ball might be out of there. Union pointing, signaling that it's the Dutchmen who have recovered. I think Badina got twisted around and dropped the football. But we'll see if he was down first. There's still no indication, no signal.
I believe he was down. I'm surprised. Looks like they're debating this one.
Well, now the Utica players are saying touchdown. Union players are saying they've got the football, and all the referees are huddled up here. Utica players all of them are signaling touchdown.
Seems like they recovered it, but they're trying to decide if it was a fumble or not.
So it was a fumble, and Utica will get a touchdown. So Badina put the ball on the turf into the end zone, and Utica will get the touchdown, as it was Ryan Farrington, a right guard, who they say recovered the fumble. So Utica gets very lucky there as they put the ball on the turf. The extra point is up, and it is good from Lichtman. And with 6:26 to go here in the third quarter, it is Union 24, Utica 14.
I'm sure Badina planned that fumble so they could recover it in the end zone and get that score. At least that's what he'll be telling his coach on Monday.
That was dangerous, too. You put the ball, Badina kind of got twisted, too. You saw he got hit low and was kind of bending backwards, and then the reaction was everybody was kind of trying to scramble for the football.
From my view, it seemed like he was down and went to reach forward, kind of knocked it out on the turf, but when it's live, it's not an NFL game where you can look back. When it's live, a lot of those get called fumbles, which ended up working out in Utica's favor.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right. That's one of those where obviously you don't want to fumble at the 1-yard line. So you're saying, no fumble, he was down. And then when they're saying, it was a fumble, okay, it's our fumble in the end zone.
yeah, quick switch of tone once you saw they had the ball.
So it's 24-14, Utica with the first score of the second half, and now they'll kick it off with Lichtman. Raybacks looking into the sun, lets it bounce, and now he's going to take off. And he's going to be tackled at about the 20-yard line. And now Utica's saying they've got the football. All of the Utica players are signaling, but it looks like the referees are saying he was down about the 20.
Yeah, they try to convince him. The refs don't seem very convinced. Raybacks had a tough bounce there. Was trying to let it go in the end zone, and it bounced straight up. Did a pretty good job of getting a return there, getting it past the 20-yard line with the late start, though.
So Union leading now 24-14 with 6:20 to go in the third quarter. And the offense back out on the field at 1st and 10 at the Dutchman 20. They're going to run the football. And running it out to the 25 is Michael Fiore. Fiore had a rushing touchdown in that first half. He gets 5 yards out to the 25.
Yeah, Union's going to stick to their run game this half. Worked phenomenally in the first half, getting over 200 yards.
And on the season, they average 263 yards rushing per game.
They'll definitely be beating that average today with so much time left on the clock.
Dutchmen have a 10-point lead, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 for Stratton Sherman, who's out there in relief of Donovan Piketty. Here's Fiore running left, and he is stopped in the backfield.
Great play call by Utica. They had an outside linebacker sitting outside the box on that right side. He crept forward for a blitz, got in the backfield, and it was right where the play was going to. Made a big hit and made that tackle.
Tackle was number 24, Dan Amadi. That was a loss of 1, so to bring up 3rd and 6. And if you're Utica right now, you've got to kind of almost be, I mean, this is a passing play, at least from down and distance, but with Sherman in there as the quote-unquote backup quarterback, I think you've got to be trying to sell out here for the run, although maybe not on this play. Sherman's going to throw it, and it was almost intercepted as it went off the hands of Jamel Smith. And that'll bring up 4th down, and now some of the momentum swinging in the visitors' favor here as Utica has forced another 4th down. It looks like Union will punt the football.
Yeah, Utica with some great coverage there. They had 2 guys right on him, one guy man-to-man, and then the other one came off his guy as soon as he saw the quarterback's eyes move. He almost got that interception too.
So Andrew Lau out to punt. Nate Palmer standing at his own 40-yard line. So Utica's potentially going to get great field position here. Palmer comes up, makes the fair catch at the 45-yard line. There is a marker down. We'll see what that flag is. So that was a penalty on Utica, which is going to hurt them because it doesn't give Union a 1st down. It's blocking below the waist. It's going to move them. Although Union head coach Jeff Behrman, I think, is wondering why that's not a 1st down.
I believe it is actually on Union. He called it defense, but I believe it was Union.
Oh, okay. Well, I see what you're saying. So he signaled he signaled towards the Utica side, but you're saying he said the penalty was on Union. But there's some confusion here now as Coach Behrman's going to get an explanation.
Yeah, I believe it was on Austin St. Pierre, and they're moving the ball that way. He signaled the wrong way and called out the wrong side of the ball. Well, I also don't see how on a punt
I don't
return.
know how you'd have a blocking below the waist. That the flag was way down here. Whatever it is, Utica's going to have great field position. Union, the flag was back by where the punter was. I don't know why Union would be blocking below the waist. They're trying to get down the field. But anyway, we got a shotgun snap here as it's number 0, Samuel Florio, who's seen the ball a couple of times, takes a direct snap. He's listed as a quarterback, but he's taken a couple of handoffs in this game. He gets a couple of yards, and all of a sudden, after the penalty, Utica has the ball at the Union 37-yard line with 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Zenilovic back out there for this second down. He's got four receivers, 3 to the near side.
Union only has 3 guys against their trips on this left side.
Zenilovic dropping back to pass, has time, and he hits the receiver, but it's dropped. It would have been good enough for a first down.
It's been a problem here today for Utica. I believe that's their 3rd dropped pass. All of them going for good yardage.
That was Nair who dropped that one, so to bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd and 6 from the 37. Utica has to get to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 7, I guess I should say. Zenilovic in the shotgun. Has time, throws it, it's tipped, and it's caught. It was tipped by Spencer Goldstein and then caught by Nate Palmer, and it's good enough for the first down. I don't think you could have done that again if you tried, if you're Utica.
Yeah, Goldstein was in perfect position as a linebacker, sitting underneath that slightly deep route. Got his hand on it, too. Can't ask for much more than that. Just kind of an unlucky play for the Union defense.
So after the tip, Nair got tackled at the 18. It's 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. They're going to hand it off with Salas. Salas makes a couple of moves, and he gets down close to the 10. And all of a sudden, Utica is on the move here, trailing by just 10 with 3:20 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Utica passing game being so strong this half seems to be opening up the run a little bit, which they really had none of in the first half.
2nd down and short for the Pioneers. Zenilovic is in the shotgun with Salas standing to his left. They're going to hand it off to Salas, although Zenilovic kept that one. It looked like a run pass option, and Zenilovic was trying to wait till the very last second to give it to him. A short pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Zenilovic held it a little long, almost led to getting tackled in the backfield by a Union blitzer. Luckily for them, they got past the line of scrimmage, leading to this big 3rd down.
Ball spotted at the 10. It's 3rd down and 1. Zenilovic in the pistol. Going to give it to Salas. Salas jumps over the line of scrimmage, and he's got the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for Utica. The Pioneers' 1st and goal for Utica. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Union leading 24-14.
I would say here, last goal line drive, we saw them send in Bertagna to run the ball. Right now they're keeping in Zenilovic. I would expect to see some throws here to the corner of the end zone.
3 receivers, 2 to the near side. They fake the handoff. Zenilovic's going to throw it into the end zone, and it's knocked down. He was looking for Palmer. And Austin St. Pierre, I think, was in the area as well on defense for the Dutchman. Number 9.
Yeah, very difficult throwing into the middle of the field. On these goal line plays, a lot of bodies to get through, a lot of hands able to knock down the ball, as we can see what happened there.
2nd and goal for Utica. Minute 44 to go in the third quarter. Zenilovic has 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to fake the handoff, now throw it to the far side, and completed pass and out of bounds inside the 5 is Joey Nair.
Tough spot for Nair. Seems like they're saying he stepped out of bounds before he dove forward. But close now.
Mays on the tackle. 3rd and goal now as a huge play coming up here. Clock rolling, a minute 20 to go in the third quarter.
Utica made the quarterback switch. Maybe a designed run here.
That's Florio, I believe. And he's not going to get there as they handed it off. I'm not sure if that was going to bring up 4th and goal. And I think, is Utica going to kick it here? I think Utica's going to kick it.
They are down by 10, so they do need a field goal and a touchdown to tie it. Still an interesting call here to get to go for the field goal.
Very short kick here. Only a 19-yard field goal for Corey Lichtman. Lichtman's kick is up, and it is good. So Lichtman with a 19-yard field goal, and with 34 seconds to go in the third quarter, it is Union 24, Utica 17. 34 seconds to go in the third. We're coming right down to the wire. Union had a 24-7 lead at halftime, but 10 points for Utica in this third quarter, and Utica is right there in this game. Union fans, visit Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch and dinner. Before or after Union games, it's the place to watch college football or hockey with friends and family. That's the Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady. A proud supporter of Union College athletics, and Union College football. So Union has not scored in this third quarter. It is 24-17 Union with 34 seconds to go. And again, if you joined us late, Union quarterback Donovan Piketty, who has started all 4 games this season, got injured in the second quarter. Stratton Sherman came in. He led the team to a touchdown at the end of the first half. But Union has not had the ball. They went 3 and out. I think they've only run those 3 offensive plays in this. I shouldn't say that. They've had 2 cracks.
They went 3 and out once, and then they got 1 first down, then had to punt the ball. We'll see how it goes here. See if Utica can get another big stop.
Left foot of Corey Lichtman kicks it away and into the end zone for a touchback. 34 seconds to go in the third quarter. Union with 24 points. They're ranked 24th in one of the national polls, 25th in the other poll, 3-0. Last non-conference game of the season. They'll jump into Liberty League play next week when they host Buffalo State. But first, we've got a lot to figure out here as Stratton Sherman back out there. We'll see what the Union offense can get going here in this second half. Sherman takes the snap, hands it off. This is Anderson. Anderson looking for room to run, and he gets out over the 30 to the 32. A nice pickup on first down, and that will probably be the last play of this third quarter.
That's Union's best running play they've had this half. The only other long play they've had was a 13-yard pass. Haven't really been able to get the running game going this half like they did in the first.
So that will be the end of the third quarter here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. After 3, it is Union 24, Utica 17. 1 quarter to go. Both of these teams looking to improve to 4-0. Union fans, Brown Coach is the official charter company and a proud supporter of Union College athletics. Call Brown Coach or Brown Travel for all of your charter and travel needs. That's Brown Coach, a proud supporter of Union College athletics, and Union College football. Back here at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Fourth quarter, Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette with you. Union leading Utica 24-17. Both of these teams trying to improve to 4-0. Second and short for Stratton Sherman and the Union offense. Sherman hands it off, and he is not going anywhere as it's Jonathan Anderson who's going to be pushed back a yard to the 31. And this is going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Union offense.
Great play there for Utica. Puts Union in a little bit of a hard spot. I imagine they're still going to run it here seems like they've had the most success with that, especially with their new quarterback in.
3rd and 4, nobody in the backfield with Stratton Sherman. He's got 5 receivers on this 3rd and 4. I'm wondering if this might be a design QB run here. Nope, Sherman, and he is going to be sacked. Taken down. The whistles are still blowing, and Sherman didn't get tackled, but he got taken down at the 25-yard line. Union's going to have to punt again. So Utica got to the quarterback, and Union's going to have to punt the football again. Nothing going offensively so far in the second half for this Union offense.
Yeah, no time for the Union, for Stratton Sherman there. Really had no time to even look at his receivers or have the routes develop. Surprising that Union didn't run the ball there with only 4 yards to go.
So 1 minute into this fourth quarter, Utica is going to get the football back. They've scored 10 straight points. Union led it 10-0. Utica scored to make it 10-7, then 2 more touchdowns to make it 24-7 at halftime, and then 10 unanswered points here by Utica in the second half as Andrew Lau is out to punt. Lau gets the punt away, pushes Palmer back to the 32-yard line, and that's where Utica will start this drive. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers with 13:36 to go in this game.
Best punt we've seen all day, and that definitely helps Union considering how short fields they've given the Utica offense this quarter.
First and 10 for Utica. Braden Zelenovic out there for a bit of a high snap for Utica. Pitches it to Salas, and Salas is taken down after a 1-yard gain. So Union's relied on its defense. The defense has played really well all season. They're going to have to make a few plays here as Utica has the ball trailing by just a field goal. Clock not a factor yet, but with 13:05 to go. Obviously, both teams running down here, running out of clock. Union would love to have the clock hit zeros, but Utica has all the momentum, and they've got the possession. Here's Zenolovic. He's going to load up. He's looking deep, and it is caught down the field. I believe that's Palmer, who caught it all the way down at the 28-yard line. Zenolovic threw it for Palmer. There was great coverage, and he just went up and made a nice catch.
Yeah, Palmer, not a huge guy, but he really got up there.
And good defense by the Union secondary. They were right there. I mean, it was kind of a jump ball, although Zelenovic put some nice touch on it. Running stride for stride with Palmer, and a big play all the way down to the Union 28. Palmer was in the backfield. Now he sets up in the slot. Here's Zelenovic. Throws it over the middle. It's caught. A flag flies. It'll be close to a first down, but where that flag is, it looks like it could be coming back.
First thought is that it's coming back, but then his offensive line without his helmet could be a hands to the face. We'll see.
I think you're right.
That's a big penalty.
Personal foul, and so it will be a first down.
Be added on to the end of the play, too.
It's going to be 1st and goal. They move the ball all the way down to the 9-yard line on the personal foul, and it will be 1st and goal for Utica at the 9-yard line. Well, Utica scored all 10 points in this second half. Clock running under 12 minutes to go. Zenilovic fakes the snap for Salas, looks into the end zone, and he's got his man open for a touchdown. It's Nate Palmer. So Zenilovic to Palmer, and it's a Utica touchdown, and the Pioneers are an extra point away from tying this game up.
Union is not able to deal with the Utica pass right now. They're still stacking the box a decent amount, playing at most cover 1 with everyone man-to-man. They may have to switch that, go back to the cover 2 they were playing in the first half.
Big extra point here from Lichtman, and there's a flag on the play. The kick is good.
I believe it's a false start.
We'll see what that is. The Utica players are pointing at Union. So we'll see. That'll probably be on the kickoff as we've got a tie game after the extra point is good. 11:44 to go in this game, and it's all tied up. Union and Utica, 24-24. So with the penalty, Utica will be kicking off from midfield. As Lichtman squib kicks it, it's going to roll down, and it's going to be taken out of bounds.
Should be a flag on Utica. I believe he picked it up while out of bounds. Maybe not. Maybe he touched it before it went out.
I think Raybach says that's what he's saying. He's saying I was standing out of bounds when I touched it.
I think he might have touched it a little bit early. Hard decision there to make for Raybacks, whether to let that roll with the possibility of it going out or to touch it. I think he touched it a little bit early, unfortunately, for the Union offense.
So 11:43 to go in this game. It's a tie game. Union's all the way backed up, starting at its 4-yard line after that kickoff. Sherman and Irabor is twisted down, but he got back out of the line. Utica is celebrating, but Irabor did get back out of the end zone, although barely.
Yeah, only with forward progress did he get out of the end zone. He's really lucky there. I think Union just has to throw the ball now, being inches away from inside of the end zone.
That was IK Irabor who's back out there. Union had 24 points in the first half, but they haven't been able to get anything going offensively here in the second half. 11 minutes to go in this game, and they need some yards here as they are at the 1-yard line with Stratton Sherman. They take the snap. As you said, he's going to throw it deep. He took a big hit, and it was incomplete. I thought we might get a flag there, although it was Jimmy Warren, I believe, who came in and really gave Stratton Sherman a big hit.
Surprise, only ran 2 routes there, leaving a lot of guys inside for protection. Utica was still able to get there. tough to make that long of a pass with that pressure on you.
And now it's 3rd down. You're at the 1-yard line. You trying to obviously get the first down, but you also don't want to be at the 1 for a potential punt. And a flag. Although that's not going to make much difference. At this point, it's half the distance to the goal.
I don't think they could move it any further back, to be honest.
Actually, if you're Union, you might be smart trying to draw them offsides, because if you go offsides, you're only losing a couple of inches where they would lose 5 yards.
Here, I would say you want to run it to get some yards, but being so close to the end zone, you just have to throw the ball here. Possibly run a few hitches. Just try to get 5-6 yards, something to give your punter enough space, because right now, I don't even know if it'd be possible to get a punt off.
If they're going to pass, they probably should try to get it in their playmaker's hands quickly. They're going to look for Ross Jr. They put it up for him, and Ross Jr.
He was there.
Yeah, grabbing at his leg there, as it looked like he maybe had a chance to get to it, although it's going to bring up 4th down.
I don't know how they're going to punt this one. Full protect, bring everyone inside, I assume.
Utica's going to have tremendous field position here. 10:43 to go in this game. Nate Palmer is standing at the Union 40, as Lau has got his heels right near that end line. The ball's going to be snapped from the 1.
Only one gunner for Union. Has everyone else protecting?
Palmer didn't call for the fair catch, makes it at about the 43, starts to his left, still on his feet. He's still going, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Nate Palmer.
Yeah, Union, it's a tough spot there for Union. You have to have everyone protect, or else there's no way you're getting that punt off. They have everyone protect, only one gunner on the left side from Union's offense. And just a great return against a very average recover.
So Utica was trailing 24-7, has scored 23 straight points, and Corey Lichtman out for the extra point. High snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 10:28 to go in this game, Utica now takes a 31-24 lead here on the road. Again, both of these teams looking to go to 4-0. But Utica has the lead with 10.5 minutes to go. Union fans, be sure to stop by the Center Street Pub located at 308 Union Street in Schenectady, featuring TVs to watch all of your favorite teams, great food, and live entertainment. Center Street is a proud partner of Union College Athletics and Union College football. So Union with some work to do here now, trailing with 10.5 minutes to go. It is certainly the first time they've trailed in the second half this season. I think it's the first time they've trailed all season. And it comes here with 10.5 minutes to go in the game. And again, if you joined us late, quarterback Donovan Piketty went out with an injury in the second quarter. Union led 17-7 at that point. They added another touchdown with Stratton Sherman at the quarterback to make it 24-7. But in the second half, it's been all Utica, as the Pioneers now lead at 31-24. And all of a sudden, Union needs a big play here to kind of jumpstart them. And Connor, it's kind of been everything going against Union. Remember, they were backed up on that last drive because it was after the penalty on the extra point. The kickoff came from midfield. It was rolling like it was going out of bounds. Kevin Raybacks will tell you, well, I was stepping out of bounds when I touched it, which should be a penalty, although the referee said it wasn't out of bounds yet, which started that drive at the 4-yard line. Then after having to punt the ball from the 1, Nate Palmer brought it all the way back for a touchdown. And so Utica leading at 31-24 here in the fourth quarter.
Utica's been doing a great job of stopping the Union run game this half, unlike the first half.
Sherman takes the snap, gives it to Irabor, and Irabor gets maybe a yard. And here's maybe the difference. And again, Stratton Sherman competed with Donovan Piketty for the starting job in the offseason. or in the preseason, I should say. But Sherman has not played much in the first 3 games, and now you mentioned the running game. Well, if I'm Utica, I'm thinking that that's what you got to stop here is you got to sell out to stop the run and make Sherman beat you with his arm.
Yeah, I think Union's got to give a little more trust to Sherman right now and be able to throw the ball. I don't see another way of them getting back in this game.
High snap. Sherman's pass is caught by Dunman. Dunman is going to do his best just to get out of bounds, although he got hit out of bounds and knocked down out on that far sideline. So that was crisis averted there, as it'll be 3rd down and long for the Dutchman. 9.5 minutes to go.
Was a designed screen, but because of the bad snap, he gets the ball out late. And if you don't get that ball there instantly, the Utica defense just swarms to the ball, and no chance you get a significant amount of yards there.
3rd and 9 here for the Dutchman. Union trying to keep its offense on the field. Sherman fakes the handoff. Now he's going to scramble to his left. He's looking downfield, and the pass is
That ball should go to Union. It's between.
intercepted. 2 players are fighting for it, but the referees have signaled that it is Utica's football. Players are still down there fighting for the football.
Normally the call will go to the offense if it's a contested catch, but I'm assuming they believe that the Utica player caught the ball first, and then Nick Dunman hopped on top.
They're saying Joey Lapani, number 19, gets the interception. Nicholas Dunman came out of there with the football. So Union was trying its best to make a case for it being Dutchman football, but it is going to be an interception, and Utica has the football at the Union 36, leading by a touchdown with 9:06 to go.
2 big controversial calls against Union so far that have pinned them and given the Utica Pioneers such good field position.
Badina takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and a big tackle there, not getting much room, as it was Ethan Vanderbrink who makes the tackle after a pickup of 1, or 2, I guess, to the 34. So now if you're the Union defense, not only do you have to keep Utica off the scoreboard here, you got to try and turn the ball over here, because Utica's got a talented kicker that can maybe even make a field goal from here. Lichtman is 1 of 2 in this game.
They're on the right hash right now. If they can try to make a field goal, they need to get to the left side.
This is a handoff for Salas. Flag flies, and Salas goes down inside the 30, tackled by Goldstein and Nathan Sullivan. So that's a big call there, holding against the Pioneers, and that's going to push Utica back.
It's about a 10-yard swing after that 5-yard run, reverted, now 5 yards backwards. Makes it a lot harder if they're going to try to kick a field goal here.
It goes all the way back to the 44, so it'll be 2nd down and 18. See if Union's defense can make a play here. They've got 5 interceptions on the season. I would imagine Utica will keep it on the ground, although as I say that, Palmer motions out of the backfield for Zenilovic. Zenilovic's pass is caught by Palmer, who falls out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
An unblocked player there for Union. Cole De Silva.
Yeah.
Puts the quarterback, puts Zenilovic on the run. Still makes a great play, gets 5 yards and doesn't get sacked, which is really what you need here. You're trying to keep the ball away from the Union offense.
That was a 4-yard pickup. 3rd down and 14. Union needs a defensive play here. 3rd down and 14. Zenilovic changing the play. Clock running. 7:40 to go in this game. Utica leading 31-24.
Utica needs about 7 yards here to make a field goal possible.
Zenilovic has time in the pocket. Still has time. Now he's going to pull it down. A flag flies. He's got a man, and it was almost intercepted. as Azari Lewis had a chance at that interception. There was a flag down on the play. That's got to be on Utica. We're going to see here now, what do you do? Do you accept this penalty or do you make it 4th down?
Yeah, you definitely decline it. No chance of a field goal. Honestly, it probably helps being kind of having Utica be closer. Makes it more likely this punt will go out of the back of the end zone. When you're blocking for that long, it's almost assured you're going to get a holding penalty at some point.
Again, Utica out to punt. 40-yard line is where the football is. Union's 2 returners are standing at the 10. Utica trying to angle the punt. And it takes a Pioneers hop, and that was Samuel Florio again, who angles it in, and it's down inside the 15 at about the 12, and that's where Union will have the football with 7:16 to go in this game. And Union's offense, Connor, which has been so vaunted in this first third of the season, averaging 46 points per game. They need a touchdown here to keep things going. They trail by a touchdown with 7:16 to go. See if they let Sherman turn it loose here, or they stick with the running game, and it's IK Irabor, and Irabor is not going anywhere, and he gets twisted around and thrown backwards. Again, Utica dangerously close to a late hit there as the whistle's blowing. Union fans are calling for a penalty flag. Irabor, loss of 2 on the play, and Union's offense, the running game had been so good in the first half, Connor, but I think the problem is now Utica is kind of just selling out for that run.
Definitely. They're playing man cover versus in the first half they were playing cover 2. Now they seem to be playing cover 1. Leaves a lot more people in the box to stuff this Union run game.
They're going to run it again with Irabor. Irabor looked like he was stumbling when he got the handoff, so he only picks up about 4 yards to the 16.
I don't see Union getting back into this game without letting their replacement QB, Stratton Sherman, air out the ball. This run game is not working, and now it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
3rd and 8, and there's some dangerous weapons out here with Tolbert, Ross Jr., and Dunman. You just got to get it in their hands.
Yeah, they haven't been able to do that the second half.
3rd and 8, and now it's play clock running down. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Irabor not in the right spot. May take a timeout here. 3 seconds. Sherman scrambling around to his right. Now he's going to run it, and he's going to be stopped short on the line to gain as Anthony Novello knocks him out of bounds after a short pickup. That's going to bring up 4th down, and now what do you do with 5.5 minutes to go? It looks like Union's going to punt.
Big issue here for Union. They have 0 timeouts left. They spent a couple earlier in the half, in the third quarter, and that's really not going to be helpful with only 5 minutes left. I would say they almost have to get a 3 and out here to stay in the game.
Andrew Lau out to punt. Palmer calls for the fair catch and makes it at midfield, and that's where Utica will have it with 4:57 to go.
Utica's been having success passing, but I'd imagine they're going to try to run the ball as much as they can here, at least for the first 2 downs.
There is a flag on the far side of the field, and I believe it's going to be on, at least the indication is it's on Utica. Oh, that's a big penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's one you can't get, especially in a tight game like this.
So that'll move the ball all the way back from midfield to the 35-yard line. That is a huge penalty.
Definitely.
Union fans can count on Nico's for great pizza and wings. Visit Nico's or call for delivery. Serving lunch, dinner, open late night. Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern is located on State Street in the heart of downtown Schenectady. That's Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern, proud supporter of Union College Athletics, and Union College football. So after the penalty, it moves the ball back to the Utica 35. Pioneers leading it by a touchdown. Handoff to Salas. And he's not going anywhere. Short pickup, but again, Utica's happy to run the clock as tackled by Polanco and De Silva.
If Utica can stop the clock from stopping here, they only need a first down or two to end the game.
And Union now relying heavily on that defense, which is only allowed 13 points per game coming in. Utica has 31 on there and 24 of them in the second half. Zenilovic snapped it or slapped like he was taking the snap, but they're going to run it all the way down here. 5 seconds on the play clock. They snap it. Zenilovic, short pass. It's caught. And getting close to the first down is Salas. It'll be 3rd and 1.
The most important thing that Utica needs to do here is if they're going to pass the ball, they need those short completions to keep the clock running. Stay in the middle of the field, stay in bounds, don't throw incomplete passes.
And this is the big play here. 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Ball is at the Utica 44. 3.5 minutes to go in this game. Zenilovic looking to the sideline. 9 seconds, 8 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time. 5 seconds. Now he snaps it. Gives it to Salas, running right, and Salas has the first down, but he runs out of bounds at the 49-yard line, and that'll be a fresh set of downs for Utica.
Union needs to stop them in this set of downs if they're going to get the ball back.
3 minutes to go in this game.
Seems like they're...
Clock running down here, 2:50 to go. Zenilovic in the shotgun. Salas is taken down in the backfield by Spencer Goldstein. And I think Union's going to take a timeout. The scoreboard earlier said no timeouts, but Union
on that 3rd down play, do believe the Utica running back ran out of bounds, but the clock ran the entire time.
Yeah, I think they stopped it for the first down, but then they ran it.
They stopped it to move the sticks, but I don't think they kept it stopped. I don't know if they're going to fix this.
.240 to go in this game. Union spent the time out there, and while they do, we'll tell you about UnionAthleticsGear.com. Union fans have an online store for all of your shopping needs. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com for Union College gear and gifts for that fan in your life. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com. So after the big loss, it is 2nd and 15, and this really is the last chance here for Union to try to get the football back here. They've got 2 timeouts left. Well, the scoreboard still says 3. 2:40 on the clock, and Utica leading 31-24. They bring in the Pioneers, do Samuel Florio again. I assume this will be a run. This is Florio. Florio still on his feet, and he's diving ahead here to the 45-yard line of Union. The Dutchmen were trying to strip it out of there, and that left Florio moving forward and picking up yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Definitely don't want to go for the strip. Now Utica's encroaching on field goal territory. Need about another 10 yards to make it realistic. But even if they get that first down, might
Yeah,
end the game.
Well, Union just spent its second timeout, so they've only got one left, and it pretty much is coming down to this play here.
Yeah.
So if you're Utica, Connor, what do you do here? 3rd and 4. If you're Union's defense, I think you got to be expecting a run here, because even if they don't get the first down, they could run another 40 seconds or so off the clock.
Yeah.
But if you're Utica, do you try to say, oh, Union's going to think we're going to run, so we try to pass to end the game?
There's definitely validation to that notice, because Utica's had such success passing the ball with great completion percentage and getting great yards each time. Only 4 yards needed. A little dink to a receiver not be a bad idea. I assume they're going to bring out all the big bodies here, even if they're going to throw the ball. See what quarterback they put in. It is not Zenilovic, so definitely leans more to a running play here.
It is Florio, number 0. 3rd down and 4. Takes the snap,
QB run.
running left, and he's got the first down. Inside the 40, and I think that's going to do it. Clock will stop for the first down, 2:29, but it should restart. And actually, I think Union took its last time out with 2:29 to go.
Doing the math, if Union stops them here and they're not able to kick a field goal, there'd be a little bit of time left on the clock, I believe. But
Not much.
not much to do anything.
Well, if you joined us late, Union led at halftime 24-7, and it looked like the Dutchmen were rolling. Donovan Piketty got injured in the second quarter. Stratton Sherman came in, led Union to its final touchdown drive of the second quarter to make it 24-7. That was Michael Fiore going in for a touchdown. But then in the second half, it has been all Utica. The Pioneers scoring 24 points and holding Union off the scoreboard here in this second half. The Union offense just cannot get anything going. I mean, they had everything going in the first half. And the third quarter, Utica really dominated the time of possession. And Union's offense just could not get back on track. Florio takes the direct snap. And now if you're the Union defense, you got to try to rip the ball out of there. It's a loss on the play, but that clock's going to run. Union has no more timeouts. 2:15 to go in this game. That was a loss of 1, but again, Utica's okay with that because they're gonna run another 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I would say the only goal Utica has right now besides running down the clock is maybe trying to get another 5 yards to get into field goal range. But right now, they're just really trying to run out the clock. Keep running the ball up the middle.
Run up the middle. Not much room again. They're going to stop the clock.
Union having to take out a player due to his helmet coming off. That is Cole Da Silva. Definitely a loss for a play.
So Cole Da Silva comes off. That doesn't stop the clock, only initially for him to come off the field. Now the clock rolls, 1:30 to go. But the clock is rolling, 20 seconds on the play clock. So Utica can basically take it down to
About 20 seconds left after this play if they do not get a first down.
Florio takes the direct snap, running left. And he breaks it and takes the slide down inbounds, and that's going to do it.
Now Utica can just knee the game out.
So Utica comes here to Frank Bailey Field. Still a minute to go, or under a minute now, 50 seconds to go in this game. But Utica celebrating on the far sideline as they come here and post a very impressive, what's going to be a 31-24 victory as the Pioneers pitch a shutout in the second half. They trailed 24-7 at halftime, and Zenilovic's going to take a knee. This Utica team got the game-winning touchdown on a punt return for a score by Nate Palmer.
I was talking about it earlier. A lot of motivation when you're an unranked team playing a ranked team, trying to get your name on the map. And they did it today. There's going to be a lot of talk about them around D3 football.
Utica improves to 4-0. The final score here at Frank Bailey Field is Utica 31, Union 24. This 7th all-time meeting between these two programs goes to the Pioneers, and Utica is 4-0. Union will drop to 3-1. But the most important part of the schedule still on the still to come for both of these teams is Utica will jump into Empire 8 play, and Union will be in Liberty League play starting next week when the Dutchmen host Buffalo State here at Frank Bailey Field. Again, Union led this game big at halftime, 24-7, but Utica with 24 unanswered points in the second half, and they post a 31-24 victory. And again, the Pioneers go to 4-0. Union drops to 3-1. Union's, as Utica is celebrating down there, we'll just give you a couple final statistics here before we get out of here. For the visitors from Utica, Braden Zenilovic, 21 of 28. He did a nice job, 274 yards for the U-Albany transfer, 2 touchdowns. His favorite target was Nate Palmer, 6 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown. Travis Decker, 2 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown. Rushing the football, not much on the ground, but just enough. James Salas, 13 carries for 40 yards. Over on the Union side of things, Donovan Piketty, while he was in there, 5 of 7 for 90 yards and a touchdown. Stratton Sherman, just 2 of 6 yards and an interception. Robbie Tolbert had 2 catches for 43 yards. Andre Ross Jr.'s only catch was a 31-yard touchdown. IK Irabor, his 16th career rushing game of over 100 yards, but not much after halftime. Ends with 106 yards on 10 carries and a touchdown. Michael Fiore also had a touchdown rushing. He ends with 74 yards on the ground, 19 carries. So Union drops to 3-1, and that's, obviously, they came in, they looked at halftime, it looked like Union was going to be rolling to another victory. Now, if you're head coach Jeff Behrman, as he is down there now, just instructing the team to kind of reset, because you've got the most important part of your schedule still to come as the Liberty League season starts next weekend with Buffalo State here at Frank Bailey Field.
Yeah, you really hope to see that you get Donovan Piketty back. Obviously a big loss in that second half, as we can see. Hopefully he's okay. It's his non-throwing arm, so we'll see how that affects him and if he's able to play later in the season.
So again, your final score here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York is Utica 31, Union 24. The Pioneers, the visitors, score 24 unanswered points, and they come and win this game, knock off the ranked 24th ranked, 25th ranked, depending on which poll you're looking at, Dutchman. Union drops to 3-1, but again, Liberty League play starts next week, and that's obviously the most important part of the season for this team, and the Liberty League is supposed to be hotly contested once again with Hobart, RPI, Ithaca, and Union. RPI, the defending champs. Ithaca's ranked in the top 15, I believe. And Hobart is always dangerous as well. And then obviously you've got Buffalo State and Rochester. Rochester's had some nice rushing stats early on in this season from one of their running backs. Buffalo State, we'll see them next week here at Frank Bailey Field. But that'll do it here. Some thank yous to hand out. Thank you to Union head coach Jeff Behrman and Union athletic director Jim McLaughlin, Steve Sheridan, and his sports information staff here at Union. We thanks to Utica coach Blaise Fagiano, who we caught up with earlier this week. Thanks to fifth-year senior linebacker Austin St. Pierre, who joined us with an interview at halftime. And thanks to you guys for tuning us in here and watching this game. Unfortunately for Union fans, did not go the way we were hoping, or Union fans were hoping or expecting, especially at halftime when the Dutchmen led 24-7. The final score of this afternoon's game is Utica 31, Union 24. For my partner Connor Collette, I am Andrew Santillo saying so long. We'll see you next week when the Dutchmen host Buffalo State.